All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we're back with D&D, and today is the world of Boridil.
Skirmisher. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong book. Okay, that explains that.
All right.
Player's handbook, yo.
Okay, so
No, Skirmisher was from a different handbook. That's why.
yeah, should everything with your rogue, unless you took, well, you took what's it called? The scout. Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So everything should be in the player's handbook except for your scout stuff. That should be Xanathar's.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm opening now. That's why I was like, why can't I find this shit?
Okay, so let's do a brief recap of the whole story real quick.
So much story.
Yeah, so we start our heroes off as they transport a caravan from the desert to the east all the way to Siege the Crimson's fortress. The players had been tasked by Siege's quartermaster Sylvius Stamper to bring goods to his fortress to make sure that his men were fed and that they were adequately armed so that he could take over the goblin stronghold in the north eventually. So as the players were hanging out in his fortress, they came upon a cult known as the Cult of the Scarlet Boar, and they decided, you know, cults are never a good thing, so why don't we just destroy them, and, you know, then maybe we can find out what they're actually up to. So they went in, infiltrated this cult, and ended up finding out that they were headed off to an elven island off to the east from Siege's fortress. Upon arrival at the elven island, as they dug through the island in search of clues, they found an elven crypt that I guess the players had found out housed the tomb of a very powerful lich named Nagex. The whole goal of the Cult of the Scarlet Boar was to resurrect Nagex. Plot twist, though, she wasn't actually dead. She's been alive for a long, long time. She was just banished by the gods that they found out later. Anyway, somehow the cult had figured out how to unseal her from her banishment and bring her back to the material plane so that she could start her reign of terror once again. It was at this point that after she was freed that she had fled the scene to go and start amassing her army of undead in order to take back over the world in the name of the elves. But is she really fighting for the elves now, or is she just fighting for herself? No one really knows. There's no telling. Anyway, after this, the party went back to the fortress to see what they could find. And it was at the fortress that they met a librarian named Odrix, who was probably just more of a puppet to a very powerful mage, we'll call him a mage, yeah, named Rixa, who lived in the basement of the library. Rixa was telling the party that if they wanted to learn more about necromancy and what Nagex is capable of, that they should go to the Bleak Fin Mire, which was north of Ashenport on the other side of the ocean. So, of course, our party went over, and there they met quite a few different people. Most notably, a old witch named Innis Craft, who pretty much scared the pants off of all of them. I believe, didn't she scare the pants off of all you guys? This is me asking you players. Yeah, especially for
I
Greg.
think so.
Yeah.
I
Because
believe
she
so, yes.
banished Adeline and Inara to a different plane for
Yeah, that was
a little
fucking
while.
great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Regardless, she ended up giving the players an amulet, or not the players. She ended up making a deal with the goblins and a deal with the party, and both of these deals had to do with the amulet. This amulet, from what you learned from Vraz, was able to control the dragon that lived in the Dragonspire Mountains, which also is where Fredrig comes from in his town of Irisk. So, After hearing about the goblins escaping the area with the amulet, the party went back to Siege, told him what's good, and learned that the goblins had actually packed up and moved. Since they packed up and moved, their most notable location would be the Dragonspire Mountains. So that is where our players decided to head, and now they are in the town of Irisk. While they were here, Dvorkin's tribe, the Bone Chewer clan, a clan of nomadic orcs, ended up, I guess, hearing about Dvorkin and him still being alive, and they sent a couple scouts inside of the town to figure out what exactly was going on. And upon viewing Dvorkin standing tall and strong, they alerted their whole clan and attacked the city. So, after they attacked the city, Dvorkin had a nice touching reunion with his father, and he had challenged his father to a lifelong tradition in the orc tribe known as a coup de grace, which is pretty much a fight to the death for ownership of the clan. His father had no choice but to accept, and the following morning they did their coup de grace, and it was a very close battle, but ultimately Dvorkin had won and bested his father, killing him in the process. So now Dvorkin has left our party and is seeking to right the wrongs of the Bone Chewer clan. And he set out earlier in the day, which is where we begin our story, with you guys coming back from where the outskirts of Irisk and sort of gathering up outside the council chambers as the whole orc invasion sort of comes to a close. And with that, what would you guys like to do?
Fucking cry.
That's a good question. Well, I mean, we could try to see if we can...
Whoops.
Yeah.
That was me being serious.
What were you being serious with? I didn't hear you.
He asked what would I like to do, and it's like I would like to fucking cry.
You can go ahead and
Yeah.
you guys get back to the council chamber area, and Frederik starts to, you can hear as he lets out tears.
What's the matter for Drake?
I look. He just sort of like looks at Sean. Just did you have you been there for the past 2 days? You realize this is my home.
I agree with that statement, but
My people have been dying in front of me.
what do you think we should do? I mean,
Well,
how can we rebuild this city?
We built this city.
I was waiting for that.
Sorry to ruin the moment. I had to. Continue. By the way, the city is not.
city is fine,
Yeah, the city's not been hurt. It's the people.
except for that one time, someone decided to cast grease.
As you say that, Jeff kind of like sort of scratches his head while looking at the dirt and trying to look away from you and not make eye contact.
So, well,
At this point, you see a couple of Dragonborn coming from the cemetery. It looks to be a male and female, both of them crying heavily, with the female having a handkerchief up to her eye. I told our son not to join the military. And they walk past you to their home.
oh my gosh.
Drake sort of like clenches his
Good
jaw
deal.
muscles. Starts fucking walking toward the cemetery, loot in hand.
Which one?
The magical one.
Ooh.
The cloak Bandore.
Okay. So you have your loot
Fluke
out.
and
and you
Bandolore,
walk
there we go.
over, And you sort of stand in the middle of the cemetery where you can see the freshly dug graves.
So he
And
takes
then-
out,
Go
he
ahead.
has his loot, and he just sort of starts playing this song. He's not really thinking about what he's playing.
Can y'all hear that?
Yep.
Yeah, so Ferdrag is in the cemetery playing this song. As you're playing your song for Drag, you can hear the footsteps coming up behind you, but you don't know whose they are. After a couple more moments of you strumming, the footsteps come closer and they appear, or the figure appears in front of you. A figure of a black scale dragonborn with notably bright purple eyes. The thing that strikes you about this dragonborn is that there are no black dragonborn amongst your people. What a beautiful melody. It is unlike dragonborn to possess such talent in the arts. Tell me, did you write this song yourself?
I just sort of came up with it.
You have a wonderful talent for that lute there. It is music to my ears, obviously. And I would like to compliment you on how you handle your instrument with grace.
Thank you.
Now tell me, you look troubled. How could someone of your talents be troubled? You have a great gift, yet you mourn. Why?
This is the third day in a while that I've been back home, and I just watched 7 of my clanmen die in front of me. If only I'd been stronger.
Oh, so it is the falling of your people, not necessarily the family, but the people itself that aches your heart. And it is
Yes.
because you feel you are powerless?
It is.
Well, not to sound creepy, but I saw you on the battlefield with your long sword in hand, and the way you fight is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It is great finesse. It is like a dance that you do as you slice through your enemies that try to take your home. It is your own art form. And I am a surveyor of arts, if you will. I also happen to have a friend in mind that could possibly grant you this power you wish, if you choose to accept.
Who are you?
I
We
am
don't
not from here,
have-
obviously, as you could tell from my scales. But you can call me Bregol.
Very cool.
Yes. In fact, let me let you in on a little secret. And he sort of leans in close. I am not from this plane of existence. But yet here I walk. This should help to show you the power that I am capable of. And after watching you fight, after watching you play your lute, after listening to the melody that you have created yourself, I would love to bestow upon you my power for a price. If you choose to accept. And you notice that his stance, he's sort of got one arm across his stomach with the other one resting on his hand, with his hand sort of close to his face. Kind of like how you would think a noble person would stand.
and this power, it would help me protect those I care about.
It would do more than that, Friedrich. It would help destroy your enemies completely. But, of course, with great power, it takes time in order to fully evolve its effects. Nothing easy has ever been, or nothing worthwhile has ever come easy. No?
Of course.
Now, the only thing is that I do require something from you.
What is it? I'll do anything.
Well, first, we must make a pact together. This is a blood pact. My blood mixed with yours, for it is how I will pass on a portion of my power to you. It will also connect you and I will be able to speak with you telepathically. The second part of our deal is that on occasion I require fine artistic pieces to be delivered to certain locations for my manor that I am building. These art pieces don't necessarily have to be objects, but objects are always welcome in my manor. If you can write pieces of music for me and teach them to people, that way I can hire them to always play them when I request, that would be lovely. But paintings and sculptures, as well as maybe a poem or two, would also suffice this depth. For you see, Friedrich, art is what makes this world beautiful. And you, my friend, are an artistic specimen. Not only in the way that you handle that musical instrument, but in the way you handle your sword. Hello, Bill. So, do you agree to these terms? You get power from me, and then in return, we make a blood pact, as well as you deliver art pieces to me.
I'll do it.
Beautiful. And he sort of puts his hands together. Go ahead and draw your sword, please.
So, Friedrich draws his sword.
As you draw your sword, you sort of look at it, and it's the long sword that you had dipped into the magical pool in the Elven Crypt. As you draw it, it sort of escapes your grasp and starts to float. And you notice that this black dragonborn named Boridil is motioning his hands and making it float. Now, grasp the blade with me. And he puts one hand over the middle of the blade, and then you follow. As your hands touch, he forces both of them down, causing a pretty deep gash in your palms, and you can feel the burning sensation of his blood mixing with yours. It is not the most pleasant thing that you have ever felt, but after a few moments, you feel the sudden surge of power course through your veins, as if you have just unlocked a new source of magic. Boridil looks up at you. Now, this sword, we are bound to it, you and I. There is possibility for you to bind to other weapons in the future, but we will have to do the blood pact again. At this moment, you have only scratched the surface of the powers that you will be capable of in the future. So, I advise you to train any chance you get. Do anything in order to protect those that you love. And with that, I will leave you. Let me see your hand. And he holds out his bloodied hand, or used to be bloodied hand, but it is now, you can see that the gash is now healed up.
Alright, Friedrich will hold out the hand that is on the blade.
He grabs that hand with his left, and he takes his index and middle finger of his right and rubs straight up the gash, erasing it and healing it instantly. Now, Friedrich, Call upon me whenever you have questions about your new power, and I will explain them as best I can. And as you do great deeds, you will be bestowed with even greater power. And I promise you, you will be able to destroy those that cause harm to you, those that you love. But for now, keep playing your lovely song. I will listen from a distance. And he starts to walk away slowly. As he sort of gets close to the gates of the cemetery, you sort of see him start to fade away as if a heavy fog was taking over him, and then suddenly he's just not there.
It's at this point for Drake stops playing. It's fucking creepy.
All right.
So he's like looking around, seeing if anyone else actually saw that.
As you look around, no one else is in the cemetery. You can see in the distance your compatriots are still gathered outside of the council chambers.
Alright, Drake's gonna go ahead and start walking back,
Okay.
putting away his loot on his back, where he's had it strapped.
All right. So Drake joins the party, and you all kind of sort of hang out. What would you guys like to do?
Can I go check at the jeweler's shop?
Yes. Okay, so you walk over to the jeweler's shop, and as you approach the desk, you see, of course, your friend Fellow sitting there with her glasses on. The monocles are all the way to the purest, or the strongest magnification that she can get to. And
Okay.
she is currently what looks to be crafting a bracelet.
Okay. I would like just to walk in, try to not make any noise whatsoever, and just sit there and wait until she acknowledges me.
Okay, so takes about 5 or 10 minutes before you finally see her make one final adjustment, and you hear an audible like clicking sort of sound, and then she goes, "Beautiful, beautiful," and she takes off her glasses and she is admiring her work. She looks over at you. "Wouldn't you say that this is the most beautiful bracelet that you have ever seen?"
May I hold it, please?
"Why, sure, of course." And she puts it in your hand, and in front of you, you see a pretty decent-sized bracelet that is made of silver with rubies embroidered around the edges of it. The silver isn't just one big hunk of silver. It's actually a bunch of different ones that sort of intertwine to almost resemble that of a tree.
Interesting. Have I and nothing like I can't recall anything about. Have I seen this tree before, possibly, or is it just some plain old regular tree?
You, Nishan, do not recognize this to be a specific tree of any sort.
Okay. All right. Cool. Oh yeah. Yes. This is by far like the most beautiful bracelet I have ever seen. And I look at it. The trees. The tree is very intricate, and I really do.
Yes.
I really do admire the craftsmanship you put forth in this bracelet.
Why,
And
thank
I
you.
proceed to hand it back to her.
And she takes it. "Those are very kind words. Thank you very much. I do
You're
take my
welcome.
craftsmanship very seriously. This
And
is
I can-
the next thing to be traded to the kobolds here in the next couple weeks."
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Well, I can tell you do really good quality work. Question:
Yes,
You
sir.
happen to you wouldn't have happened to like run across any magical items or anything in particular that you might have suspicion that could be magical by any chance?
She sort of rubs her chin just a little bit.
Mhm.
Well, I don't think that I specifically have anything magical, but I do know that we are allowed to take out all of our high-priced items now that we have figured out exactly what has gone on with Jurum and his family.
This is true.
So I would ask the other stalls and see if maybe they have anything, but you actually took... Oh wait, Jurum is... My bad. Jurum is the council member. Pirate.
Got him.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's been too long since we've talked of Dragonborn folk.
That's fair.
This is true.
Yes. So I would ask around the other stalls and see if they even want to sell their wares. They might still be a little reluctant to bring out their magical items if they have any due to the recent orc invasion. We are still waiting for a majority of the army to return back from their feeble attempts of a stronghold.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have to worry about any of the orcs.
Oh yes,
anymore.
but there's no telling what other creatures are stalking us.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Meanwhile, on the side of the map.
Right.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I do appreciate it. Like I said, if you come across anything suspicious, let me know.
Oh,
Okay.
will do. And you have a wonderful day now.
You too. You too. I proceed to exit the shop
Okay.
and to walk around and see what I could see and hear what I can hear.
All right. You just want to walk around and take a close look at the wares that people have.
That I want to hear. Yeah, and if anything, if people are, I would like to hear like what people are kind of talking
Okay.
about.
Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Sure will. Boop. Boop.
All
Yeah, okay.
right. That's performance.
Oh, that is performance. Yeah. I was like,
I'll get wrecked.
Whatever. All right. So we'll just add your 5 or 4 modifier to the roll of 19 and say that it is a 23. No. Yes, 23.
no, that's fine.
Instead
Let's
of
just, you can take the 15. I'm good with
Regardless, either way, as you're
Yeah.
walking around, you hear a bunch of mumbling and stuff, and you overhear one conversation that makes your ears perk up. Did you hear
Oh,
about
really?
Myron or Nimrod? No, what happened? Once that party of strangers came through and found evidence of him muddling in Pyrrhus' house, he tuck-tailed and run. He ran? Why would he run? Did he have something to do with it? Well, they can't conclude it for certain without him here, but I heard he went deep into the Dragonspire Mountains in order to seek refuge among the goblins themselves. What? Are you saying Nimrod is a traitor? Well, there's no telling, these are only rumors, but it's possible that this is exactly why Pyrrhus was found guilty of the treachery that he didn't even commit. Always knew there was something wrong with Nimrod. Yes. You hear other conversations about some bandits being seen within the forest outside of the town. You also hear that the hunters are taking longer than they usually do, but a couple have come back to say everything's okay, they just have a nice haul of meat.
Nice.
And then other than that, you also hear, the final thing that you hear is that the trade with the kobolds has been postponed until tomorrow night due to the orc invasion.
Okay.
But is still held at the same spot and will require the same materials that are normally traded with the kobolds.
Okay. I got you.
Just for Drake. This.
I don't believe so, for you are still at the council chamber, theoretically. Did you
Drake's
want
also
to...
busy writing his music.
Yeah,
I'm-
that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back. Once I get all this information, I'm just gonna go ahead and run back, share this with the guys of the group, and
Alright, so Anara,
And
cover
Anara.
your ears.
and Anara as well. And I'll just walk up to him and says, "Well, I put my hand on for Drake's shoulder and just be like, I know that you feel horrible and sad and everything like that. However, would you like to seek revenge on the one who started all this?"
Nimrod.
Yes, the one and only. And I might have information of his location as we speak. And then I proceed
Love
to.
to see him.
I bet.
Justice.
He's currently in the mountains at the moment. Held up with some goblins. And then I
At
also talked.
this, Fridrake's eyes widen. Knows that it's practically taboo that the Dragonborn would be
Seen with
consorting with goblins as they do the trade.
Real
but not
quick,
with-
Dan, roll perception for me.
Yeah, sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, there you go.
As you tell this to Fridraig, this is the first time you've seen his eyes widen. You notice they are two different colors. The
Interesting.
most notable one is purple. And the other one is a normal dragonborn yellow eye.
Question for Drake.
Answer. Oh,
What? Yes, Nishan?
Your eyes. They're two different colors.
What are you talking about? My eyes have always been the same color that they've since birth.
No, one's yellow, the other one's purple. And then I get closer to Drake's face, and I'm like nearly like almost nose to nose, like looking at him, and I'm like going back and forth between each eye. I'm like, yeah. And then I point at the yellow one. I'm like, yeah, this one's yellow. And I look at the other one, and I point. I'm like pointing, and this one's purple. And I go back and forth saying yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple.
yellow,
What's-
purple, yellow, purple.
Right, exactly.
You know
Stop
what it is.
that! You are making me dizzy.
So what
Rejection.
what happened?
Nothing.
So your eyes just change color like every once in a while or something like that?
No.
Is that
I think I would know if my eyes changed color.
Have you looked yourself in the mirror lately?
Not since last night.
No.
I
So what
guess
happened
there's
last
one thing that happened.
Okay. Would you like to share with the class?
Share with the class.
Fridrake goes over to like literally anything reflective. Oh, that's
yeah,
an idea.
there's-
He pulls out his sword,
I was gonna say I have a glaive, but
And
that
looks
works too.
looks at his like reflection in it.
So you look at your left eye, and it is yellow like you've always known it, and then you look at your right eye, and it is a bright purple. And it sort of startles you, and you look at your left again, and look at your right, and you keep doing it, almost as if you didn't expect this to happen.
Huh.
All of a sudden,
Did you see
Drake, you
anything
hear a
that's-
voice in your head. Sorry, I forgot to mention there are a few side effects to the pact.
Side.
But it is artistic in a way, so enjoy.
Which eye is it?
Your right eye is purple. Your left eye is yellow. Or whatever color that you didn't fill out on your character sheet. Under the bio portion, eyes are blank. So I
that's fair.
assume they're yellow.
Would have chosen yellow anyway. Seems like a good Dragonborn eye color. Some make. Okay. Alright. Nishan, did you see anything come from the cemetery? I wonder.
No, just you. That was it.
Right.
Why?
It's probably nothing.
Okay, so. Alright, whatever. And Nashan just sits there and he's like, whatever. He really doesn't
And
care.
about
honest.
Nimrod.
Yeah, Nimrod. So, rumor has it, once everybody started to figure out that he had something to do with it, he kind of pretty much cut town and left. Now he's up in the Dragonspire Mountains, hanging out with some goblins, seeking refuge with them. Yep, that was pretty much about it. Then, of course,
Does Frederick know if the goblins being in the mountains is normal?
You know that the goblins have been, in past generations, have lived in the mountains, and then for whatever reason they left the mountains, which is when they moved to where Siege the Crimson lives. But this would have happened within the last 100 years or so. So them coming back to the Dragonspire Mountains wouldn't be unheard of, except for that they shouldn't have a stronghold or anything.
Sounds fucking suspicious.
it really does. It does. I mean, there's also a couple of bandit sightings around the village, around outside the village. And then the only issue, like, I really foresee us do if we want to go check this out is the hunting party. They're taking a little bit longer than expected. Some people said that they found like a really nice hall, but
A what?
a big hall, like
A hall? Like a
hall.
building?
Yeah, no, like they're hauling a lot of food.
Oh, a hall.
Yeah,
Like when Inara goes into a dungeon and just sort of picks up everything.
pretty much.
Oh.
That's a hoarder.
What?
Or in it for the long
My
haul.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen Berniri recently. I would
Yeah.
like to talk to him.
Okay.
Alright. So let's see. You said Brennery?
Berniri.
Berniri. So you sit there and you sort of set your sights. You know Berniri usually sits in this hunter's lodge down here in the bottom right towards the outskirts. So the other three council members usually hang out in the council chamber while he stays at this hunting lodge. So you decide that you're going to go talk to him
Yes.
if he's there.
Going to
anyway.
go. I'm going to go look. Shouldn't be hard to see him. He's the only one that's green.
Yeah, painted green. Anyway, so you walk towards the hunter's lodge, and as you come up to the stairs, you swing open the door, and inside you see a couple huntsmen, and they're all looking over a map. And there you see Berniri, and you hear him speaking to his men. So you're saying that the mountain pass is blocked off right here because of the storm? Yes, sir. So it's taking just a little longer for the folks to get back, but no harm has come to any of the men. Good, good. Luckily, we have enough food stores to last us the next few days, and once we get that food, we'll definitely have to make sure to preserve it ASAP and cook up what we can for the nights to come. Other than that, what of these bandit sightings? We've actually had no encounter with the bandits, only seeing them, and it looks as if they're just trying to set up a roadblock somewhere up a little more north. They heard some ogres used to live there, but have since tuck-tailed and run, so they're probably trying to take their old spot. Well, that's how many days away? It's roughly a day away. Roughly a day. We shouldn't have to worry about those bandits, but it could be bad for trade. I'll talk with Jurum, and once his soldiers get back, maybe we'll send a forward group of men to make sure that no ill harm comes to travelers that seek trade with us. Oh, Frederick, didn't see you walk in. How can I help you?
Berniri, I've caught rumor of goblins.
Yes, it's quite disturbing. They are coming back, it seems. We've only noticed a few here and there on the on the inside portions of the mountain, but on the outskirts we've seen many more, and they didn't come alone.
Alone.
Well, it looks
They're
like
with
they
someone.
yes, it looks like they have a group of ogres with them, as well as hobgoblins and bugbears. So it's a
What's a
whole
bugbear?
goblinoid army. He looks at you curiously. Have you not heard the tales of bugbears?
No.
Hmm. Interesting. I'll have to tell your father that he needs to try to scare his children every once in a while. Anyway, a bugbear is it's pretty much, think of a larger goblin but also hairier. The only thing that's scary about them though is that they're deadly silent. It's really hard to hear them as they walk around.
It's creepy.
They're very tactful hunters, but they're also stupid.
That's fortunate.
Yes, you definitely don't want to go toe-to-toe with one of those, I'll tell you.
I heard your hunters have returned with a haul.
Oh yes, we found many boar as well as lots of elk, much more than we're used to. I feel that maybe something in the northwestern portion of the mountains may have scared the herd closer to our town. Could be the goblins, actually, if you think about it. It would all add up.
That does make sense. The
But
goblins.
my best scouts are still out there, and until they get home and get a proper rest, I can't go and scout that area. But maybe I could send you.
I would. I personally would be glad to undertake such a task. I would have to consort with my fellow party members.
Oh yes, definitely. Go and talk to them about it. And if you decide that you do want to take the task, come back to me and I'll give you as much intel as I can about the location that we suspect them to be. Until then, I need to figure out what I can send these men with besides some saws and axes to get rid of that big-ass tree in the way.
Tree.
Yes, the tree has
Okay.
blocked the road that our hunters use to bring back...
Oh, from the storm.
Yeah, the storm. So they can't go around it because the river's there and the mountain's right on the other side conveniently. So we got to get rid of this tree, and luckily though that'll bring enough wood back that we needed anyway to cook it all up. So it kind of works out in the end. As he says that, he says, "Go ahead and grab a couple more willing hands and set out immediately and get rid of that tree." "Yes, sir." One of the hunters walks out and starts to head towards town. Anyway, go consult your party and come back with me with your answer.
Very well. And Frederick walks out.
Okay.
He's
So you
gonna
walk outside
back.
and you just casually take a stroll, enjoying the fresh air. You kind of get a hint of orc, and it kind of makes you kind of vomit a little just out of pure rage. And you arrive back with your party, and with your party is your father.
Father, hi.
Ah, yes, Frederick. I was looking for you. Your party has been telling me all the stories about the countless times that you've been heroic, as well as kind of a little bit of a jester.
Hey, tell them about the story with the ghostly little girl.
Oh, that was a really good one. I don't know what I would have done.
Well, if you're anything like the rest of these idiots, we would have just stood still and done literally nothing.
That sounds like a plan to me. I'd probably
No.
tail and run, though. Your father's not very keen on the adventuring lifestyle. A little too dangerous.
That's fair.
But I came to talk to you. I spoke with the council, and they have a proposition for you if you choose to accept it, of course. But obviously, if you're tied down, you don't have to see them immediately, but they are there now if you would like to speak with them. But that is all I want to tell you, for it is a little surprise, something I have had worked up since you left home.
Alright.
But your mother needs these groceries, and you see that he's got some fruits and veggies. Will you be joining us for dinner?
I don't know yet.
Well, regardless of what happens, please come and say bye before you leave, son.
Alright.
Okay. And he tries to give you a hug, but the groceries are pretty heavy, and he's like, I'll give you a hug later. Bye.
Drake just sort of like hugs him over the groceries.
Okay. And you see him smile. I need to get back home before she breathes fire on me. It doesn't hurt, but I don't like it either. I have to take a bath afterwards anyway. Anyway, bye. And he sort of walks off.
Huh. Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go see what the council wants of me.
Do what you gotta do.
Do you guys need?
Yeah, that's fine.
Real quick, Anara and Adeline, is there anything that you two want to do in town while Ferdraig starts to walk towards the council chamber?
Nope, I'm good.
Bill? He must be AFK.
Yeah, you know, just so that
Probably.
we're not doing literally everything on our own.
Yeah. I try to share the spotlight, but
Anaris is standing there just full arms folded the entire time. She's like, fuck this shit.
Is she upset that Frederick has forbidden her to steal anything?
Yes.
That's fair.
well, as Ferdraig walks towards the council chamber, you all can hear the sound of a couple carts coming in from the main entrance of Irisk. And it sounds like to be probably 2 carts. As Ferdraig starts to walk up the stairs, and before he opens the door, he sort of just casually glances over. And it's a group of humans, males and females both, who have come, and you can see them talking to the guards, and they show sacks of what looks to be food for trade. And then the guard points over to the trader's stall, and that's what they start to walk towards. For Drake, you walk into the council chamber, and you see Edisot sitting there, scribbling on a piece of parchment, a couple different things. Jurum's door is wide open as he looks out the window, deep in thought. And then you don't see Simoth. Her door is closed, but you can hear she is speaking to somebody on the other side. Ah, for Drake. Hello.
Hi,
speaks to you.
my father said that you guys had a surprise for me.
Yes, actually, we do. I can tell you the details, but ultimately it is Jurum that you would want to speak with.
Jurum.
Yes.
It's weird.
Now, it has come to our attention that your title, the Rabbit Slayer, was more of a joke from your brother that accidentally stuck. So, your father signed a petition to change your title if you would like to. Jurum is deep in thought of right now as to what title to give you, but since we understand that this title is ultimately what drove you from town somewhat, we wanted to give you a chance as well to choose it. But Jurum is persistent that you at least hear what he has thought of. So I would go speak with him.
The thought of Jurum being creative sort of like tickles for Drake's funny
She
bone.
leans over. He does not like being made fun of, so I would keep the chuckling to a minimum.
It's so out of character.
It very much is, I know. He is more of a strong-willed individual, not the creative type. But
Okay.
run along now. He is in there waiting for you.
For Drake sort of like calms himself down.
And then you walk
He puts
into
on his serious face.
There you go.
Serious McSeriousson. And walks into Drew's office.
As you walk in, Jurum hears you and he looks over. Frdraig. No doubt Edisat has told you exactly what we have requested you here for today. Am I correct? Who am I kidding? I heard her. Anyway. We have been told the story of how you came to be the Rabbit Slayer, and although it is an amusing title, we understand that it has caused you a little bit of hardship, mostly with the feelings that you have, apparently.
Yes, I have feelings.
Yes. We would like to offer you the chance to change your title. And I have thought of the perfect title for you based on your recent skill set that I have seen. But you can also think about it and give us word within the next few days on whether or not you want to change your title. If you would prefer to be the Rabbit Slayer, then we don't even need this conversation.
I would like to hear your idea.
Okay. And he sits down. So, I was watching as you carved those orcs, and it was almost as if you were in a trance, like you moved so fluidly like water. It was very appealing to the eye and also brutal at the same time. I also have heard your songs, and although not my favorite type of music, it still sounds good. I see some people bobbing their heads, don't get what that motion means, but... So I've come to grant you the title of Blade Singer.
That's in character, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Is there something funny? You know what? I have half a mind to scratch this right now and just call you
No,
Rabbit.
that's great.
Is it? And he sort of starts to think. He's like, what about singing Blade? Maybe that's better. Or maybe... And he looks over and he starts muttering things you can't understand. And he's like, no, Blade Singer. Sounds really good. I like it. Anyway, has there ever been a title that you would have preferred?
I never gave it thought. Lead singer sounds...
Is that what you would like? Do you want to think about it and get back with us? Okay.
Please. No thinking.
Alright, well, you can stop acting weird anytime, and once you figure out if you want that title or one of your own, please come and see us. But don't take forever. If you take more than a couple days, I'll probably just keep you as the Rabbit Slayer.
Okay.
Anyway, I have important work to do now that I've got that off my chest, so, you know the door.
Alright. Frdraig walks out the door. He closes it. He walks out of the council chamber. He walks back into the council chamber. Frdraig, the Blade Singer, has arrived!
Jurum looks up from his desk. So, is it official?
Yes!
Very well. If you could come and sign this sheet. And he holds out a piece of parchment that says, Frdraig the Blade Singer, formerly Frdraig the Rabbit Slayer, not Rabbit Singer. That'd be funny. I just need your signature to take effect.
Frdraig immediately signs it.
All
They
right.
flourish.
And then that is artful penmanship. Very well done. I think you might be the best scribe in the village. If you ever need a job, I know something you can do, but for now, I need to go get the signatures of the rest of the council members. So, you have fun now, Blade Singer.
He runs out, cackling maniacally.
Alright, as you run out, the party looks at you, and they can tell that you are a lot more happy than you were 20 minutes ago.
Deshaun looks at him and he's just like, dude, are you bipolar or something?
What? No.
What's going on?
Why would I be bipolar?
Because like not no more than 15, 20 minutes ago, you were sad and like crying, and
Yes, and
now
what's your
you're
point?
ecstatic and hype, like happy. You came skipping out of the council chamber for crying out loud.
Was I skipping? I wasn't skipping.
It
You have
kinda
no
looked-
proof.
It kind of looked like you were skipping.
I wasn't skipping.
It looked like you were skipping.
I was not
Just a little
skipping.
bit. Whatever. At any rate, what is the meaning of like what's going on with you, man?
Drake like pulls Nishan close, leans in. I am
Okay.
now Drake, the Blade Singer.
The what?
The Blade Singer, Nishan.
No, one more time. I still didn't hear that. What is that again?
Drake looks at him. The blade, as in sword, or other such items.
Yeah, okay.
Singer, as in
S-
someone who sings songs.
Blade singer,
Yes.
not slinger.
No.
Singer.
Yes.
Okay.
So cool.
So
Drake
Drake
starts skipping around in circles.
He's very excited, looking around, running, skipping. As you do this, Jeff kind of like tilts his head in confusion. Anara glances over and sort of like lets out a sigh of disbelief. And then she sort of turns away because she doesn't really want to look at your happy ass anymore. And as she turns, as the cart of humans, the carts that the humans are bringing in with trade moves by, one of the humans looks and, cheerio, old chap. How have you been? It's been, what, a few years since I've seen you? As he speaks to Anara.
What? I smack Onara awake. Miranda, hello? You're muted.
She is muted, and if she is AFK, then this is awkward.
This is really awkward.
Miranda, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I was
Boy,
on-
you fucker.
I was on a
Alright.
whole,
You have role
I was
playing
on
to
a
do.
whole
Get to it.
different screen.
Okay, no, you're good. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll restart. So the human caravan is starting to roll forward towards the trading stalls, and one of the humans looks over, and you see him sort of squint as he looks at Miranda or Anara,
Onara.
and then he walks over. Cheerio, old chap. How have you been? It's been what, a few years since I've seen you.
About 5 to be exact.
Ah, yes, it has been quite some time. You've grown a lot since then. You know what? I was talking to your father the other day back in Cragstorm, and he said he hasn't heard of you since he moved there and isn't very happy about it.
What's happening with him these days?
Well, he definitely misses you. You did help him. You did help complete him when it came to his work. You remember when you guys used to plant fruits in the small garden patch, don't you?
Oh yeah, I remember those little tomatoes that we used to grow with
Oh
the little
man,
pigs.
those were the days. Those tomatoes were so delicious. They were the best tomatoes I've ever had in my life. And you used to bring them back after you and your father planted them, after weeks and weeks of careful planning and planting. Anyway, he's willing to forgive you in time, I'm sure, especially if you want to help with his garden again, just like old times.
Okay, maybe. I'll definitely think about it. I'll try to come by and actually say hi at least.
Perfect. But don't tell anyone. It's a surprise for your father.
Got it.
And then as he says that,
All
he
right. Well,
waves
it
at
was
you.
nice seeing you again.
You too, Inara. And he walks on past towards the trading stalls. And before anyone asks, yes, you all heard that take place.
That was a little thing. Mm,
Hey, Onara.
so,
What the fuck is that?
what?
We all saw you talking more than you have ever talked before to someone we have never seen.
Well, basically, there might be a little job for me in my old town. Let's see. I guess we know where we're going next.
Cragstorm is the place that he had spoken of.
Craigstorm? Alright. Yeah, I think we're
So,
gonna end up heading to Craigstorm.
like,
Do you mind if, and this is speaking to like everyone here, if take care of, there's a goblin encampment, I believe, up north for some reason. I wanted to take a look at it at least.
Okay, we can do that first. I'm in no hurry to go see that bastard again.
Right, that bastard. Okay.
okay.
That's literally all the
You have-
information Nara is gonna give you.
Have weird ways to talk.
Right. And then, like, Sean's just gonna kind of, like, look awkwardly around at everybody and just be like, so, alright.
Hey guys, you want to kill some goblins?
Yeah.
You seem to
Yeah.
like it. You seem to enjoy it before.
Like the good old days. Let's go,
Yeah.
like, throw some stress off. Kill some goblins.
Real quick, for my level 6, I was
Mhm.
supposed to have expertise again, and which is supposed to like double my proficiency on some stuff, but I
Yeah.
have no idea how to double that.
So what you do, actually I'll just do it for you if that
Because
works.
you did it for me last time. Yeah.
So go, just so you can do it in the future, if you go on your, at the top of your character sheet where you get switched between core, bio, spells, you see
you
that
changed
cog?
it.
Yeah. So that
It
cog,
looks like you changed it, yeah.
at the very bottom,
Okay.
you'll see, and you can select which skills. I believe you choose 2 of them to become expert.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just choose
Oh,
which 2
okay.
and change it to expertise.
Sweet, thank you.
She already had
Oh.
expertise in stealth. I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Double of the
Okay.
double.
Back to going to kill
Plus
goblins.
22 itself.
Bill, are you back?
He's still muted.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got a hotkey that he mutes himself whenever Bree rolls in, so that she doesn't disturb us.
Ooh.
But I think he's probably finishing up cleaning dinner or something. So, anyway, so that just happened. What do you do now?
Well, I guess Frederick's gonna go back. Go back to the council or wherever Brenner is.
Yeah, he's
like-
still in the Hunter's Lodge.
Yeah. If you guys would like to follow me,
Guess. Okay. If you really want us to.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but we're all going to Hunter's Lodge.
So you're like, all right, follow me, everybody, and they're like, okie dokie, and you guys start to walk through town, but Fredrig is skipping through town, still overly excited. Anyway, you come up to the Hunter's Lodge, and the door is still open as Brynnery starts to walk out with his bow in hand. Ah, Fredrig, did you decide to take the job?
Yes.
All right. Come on in. And he starts to walk back inside and puts his bow aside. Now, this is the current intel that we have. Let me get us to the map.
Okay.
Let me know when it loads for everybody. It'll
It sure
probably
is
take a
fucking
loaded.
second.
blurry.
Yeah, it takes a second for it to load up. when
It's a
not
very
done.
large image,
Yeah.
like 4,000 pixels.
Plus, it
something
hasn't
like
been loaded up in like months.
It's. I think the important part's there.
Yeah. So if you scroll down to the bottom left to see Dragonrend Mountains, that's where you're going to see. So, okay, and he points at we're here, obviously, in Irisk, and what we've seen the goblins notably around this area, and a little bit of this area. So straight northeast or northwest of us. Most of the goblin activity has been in this plains area. That's where we've seen the multiple goblins, as opposed to just a few scouts looking through the mountains. So they probably came from the north and are heading down south deeper into the mountains. But anytime we've ever gone to check those locations, we haven't really seen anything. It's been the same ever since the goblins left. Which, come to think of it, I don't think that we've ever been told if we found their stronghold or not, so it might still be hidden out there and they just returned to it. Anyway, so we can give you guys a couple rations for the road. Other than that, a couple potions as well. But we don't really have anything else to help outfit you for this mission, so hopefully you have your own gear.
We have our own equipment. We don't really have horses or anything, though.
You actually do.
Oh, we
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, we still do.
God, well, it's been a month, whatever.
Yeah, because
Yeah, oh yeah, you were... Were you gone? No. When you guys left Siege the Crimsons, he gave you guys 3 horses.
I forgot.
Okay, you forgot. Gotcha. So yeah, you guys have 3 horses and a carriage. And he looks at
I
you.
guess we're fine.
How many horses do you have?
Well, if memory serves, we have 3 horses.
3 horses for the 5 of you.
And
this is when Adeline chimes in. He's like, I do not need a horse. I have my celestial summon that I can ride. Well, I guess you guys could double up on 1 horse, or hell, I guess we could probably give you 1.
Don't we have a cart?
That carriage is not going to make it through those mountains, let me tell you.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that would.
You can try
It
if
was
you
hard
like,
enough getting
but
here.
Yeah, no.
you definitely risk
No.
losing the cart and whatever horse is pulling it.
This is true.
The mountains
That's
can be
hard enough
awfully
getting here.
steep.
I'm unsure how we managed to keep up trade.
Anyway, go ahead and talk to Simoth, and she will actually give her this note. And he scribbles out real quick, signs it, and hands it to you. And it says, procure 1 horse and 1 week's worth of rations for the party. And he hands it to you. And we do appreciate you doing this, because the longer we wait to scout out those goblins, the more dangerous they could be.
I
Especially
know
with
how
the army
dangerous
coming
the
back.
goblins are.
Good. Then you'll have no, what's it called? No trouble. Oh, and I don't think you've ever talked to any of the hunters about hunter's marks, but if you bring back trophies of the fallen enemies, we usually place a bet, and whoever has the most trophies ends up winning a big pool of money if you're interested.
What's the pool sitting at right now?
Money?
Right now, there's about, I think, 1,000 gold in the pool. So whoever brings the most goblin ears would end up winning a handsome share. Currently, I think, who's leading? I think they have about 45 goblin ears as of right now. But they've been collecting for quite some time, so good luck beating them. Anyway, go ahead and talk to Simoth. She'll give you those required items, and then we'll hopefully see you in the next couple days.
Okay.
All right. So he then grabs his bow and follows you guys as you exit, closing the door, and then he walks towards the forest area and starts doing his hunter things.
Oh man, Hunter.
And then you guys walk back towards the council chamber.
Obtained 1 horse.
Yeah, Ferdrag walks in with the rest of you and goes up to Simoth. You hand her the note. One horse and a couple of potions as well as rations. This should be fairly easy order. If you would, go ahead and just meet me outside. Let me go ahead and gather the potions and the rations, and then I will be right out there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Guess we do that.
So, and she opens up her window and yells, "Get me one horse! Probably just a decent steed. Nothing too good, but nothing terrible. No donkey." And you can hear someone go, "Okay." Okay, I'll be right back. And she goes into behind where the jail cells are, closes the door, and as you guys wait outside, she comes back. "Okay, so here is a week's worth of rations for all of you, which equates to roughly about 3 days rations for each individual person." And then she also, and here are 3 greater healing potions.
Nature healing.
Ooh.
Fancy.
So anybody, only one person write those down, but whoever holds them. Jeff does have the bag of holding if that's where you guys want to hold them, or if you want to keep them on your
How
person.
many potions did there?
3.
3
Yeah, we might as well
for the
all
whole
keep
grief,
the
right?
potions on us. Yes, I'm not gonna sleight of hand, I swear.
Let's just shove it into the bag of holding.
Yes.
All of it?
I don't want to carry stuff around.
Meanwhile, I have so much in my... Okay.
Yeah, you do have a lot of stuff. Okay,
Okay.
so
I gotta
well, you
start
guys
selling
make
shit.
sure to be safe out there, and yeah, we look forward to your return. Good luck. And she sort of waves at you and then walks back inside.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, we're going on a trip?
Yeah. Is
Yes.
there anything else y'all want to do before leaving?
I touch my sword.
Dear God.
All right, you touch your sword.
Singer. Good grief. Oh my gosh. I got nothing.
As you stroke your sword up and down,
Swear to God.
you hear a voice in your head. Blade Singer does have a fine ring to it, does it not?
Are you going to spy on me
Well,
all the time?
I am a part of you now.
This is creepy.
Maybe, but you will grow to indulge soon enough. Trust me.
Great. Now I'm gonna talk to myself even more than I normally do.
Isn't it beautiful? So Nishan, you hear him speaking under his breath, but you definitely know that he's talking to himself. Nara and the rest of the gang also pick up on this.
I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this dude is getting weird. I think it's probably all the stress from losing all of his bros. I really hope he doesn't turn crazy on us while we're out on this trip. I really hope he doesn't turn crazy out.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, in my head.
Okay.
Just in my head.
Okay, so if Bill ends up needing to do anything before y'all leave, I'll let him do it. But I assume you guys are all ready to leave town?
No.
Okie
No.
dokie. What else?
I'm going to talk to my father.
Oh, okay. I
I was
guess I'm the
hoping
only
you
one
would
who's ready.
remember that. Alright, so you walk
What
back to your house.
Before we do that, what exactly is the mission?
The mission is to go scout out the northwestern area to find the goblins and see...
Just scouting?
Oh, I
well,
thought we were killing him.
all he wants to do is scout. You guys can ultimately do whatever you want, but he did say that the more goblin ears you bring back, the better your chances of winning that gold is.
Money.
Oh, we're gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I heard money, so yeah.
Alright,
Anyway.
so Drake walks towards his house. Does anyone follow him?
No. I do not.
Eh.
I figured he would need some alone time with this
Sean's
Faja.
tired of Frederick shit.
Pretty much. Yeah, Sean's starting to think that he's going a
Kinda.
little crazy, and Maybe some good quality family time will help him out.
Yeah, Inara just finds a tree and just sits in it and takes a nap in a tree.
Alright, so Frederik walks home and goes into his house where he sees his mother and father washing vegetables together. And you can tell that they're having fun because they're sort of humming a tune that they heard you play to themselves and sort of shaking their head back and forth as they wash the vegetables. Dear, do you remember
guys.
that one time? Oh, Frederik, hello. Welcome home. Are you joining us for dinner? It won't be for a couple hours, but we are getting things prepared.
I believe we're going to head out and try scouting out these goblins up to the northwest.
Oh, so you're going into the Dragon Spire Mountains?
Dragonrend?
Dragonrend Mountains.
Yes.
No, it is Dragonspire Mountains. Don't.
Yeah,
Is it
fuck up my
Dragonspire?
shit. Dragonrend. That's Legend of Zelda.
Nara. Oh, is it Dragon? Wait.
I'm almost certain it is.
I'm like 90% sure that it says Dragonrend on the map.
Dragonrend is Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
That's such a useful shout.
Anyway, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, please be careful. You know how dangerous it is in there.
Oh, we will.
Oh,
We'll be
speaking
fine.
of dangerous, did you get a new title?
I did.
Oh,
Blade Singer.
interesting. He sort of looks. That rings off the tongue, actually. That sounds really good. Blade Singer. Because not only can you sing,
out of it?
but you have a blade that makes so much sense. I don't know how Jurum does it. And your mother sort of looks at your father and sort of rolls her eyes a little bit. Now, dear, here is a little bit of your favorite dessert packaged up. It will only last another day, though, so please eat it before it goes bad.
I will, mother.
And you be careful
And
now.
Frederik gives her a hug.
And she embraces you and hugs a little tighter than normal. Please come back to us.
I'll come.
Yes, we don't know what we would do if we lost you, Frederik. We thought we lost you once before when you left town, but here you are, and it's been so good to see you again. So, yes, bring back tales of your journey. I'd love to hear them. And he goes in for a hug.
He hugs him. And it's sweet.
Oh yes, Blade Singer. That's really good. Alright, well, we'll see you, son. Good luck out
All right.
there. And then,
I'll see you guys later.
and then you go ahead and wave goodbye and close the door behind you and get back with your party. Bill, is there anything you need to do in town before y'all leave?
Nah, I've been good. I've been chilling.
Alright. By the way, the game plan is to go scout out the goblin whereabouts to find them. They are in the northwestern portion of the Dragonspire Mountains. And that is where you're
Not the Dragonrend Mountains?
No, they don't exist.
Oh, okay. Okay, just checking. Alright, we're good.
Well, what Bernerius said was to scout, but he also said that there's a bet going on about who brings back the most goblin ears or whatever.
Oh yeah, there is that. So
The
the more
money
goblin
pool
ears
is
that you guys bring, the greater chances to win 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold, man.
1,000 gold.
If you guys would, go ahead and RP for a moment while I go PP. As in, I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking, I was like, so
1,000 gold.
I swear, man, this new title. I don't know if it's good for you or not.
What?
This title is starting to get to your head.
What's wrong with Blade Singer? Nothing's getting to my head. What are you talking about?
Okay, if you say so.
I think you're crazy.
I
You're
think
saying
you're
things.
pretty sure more than likely you're getting like once we get back from this, and if we do get that 1,000 gold, you're gonna go straight to the jeweler and get a chain that says BS on it.
The irony.
Right?
Frederick just sort of like thinks to himself, BS. Blade singer.
Oh man.
And Frederick opens up his mini pouch and starts counting coins.
All right, I'm back.
I just want to point out that we have a lot of gold anyway.
Do we?
Well, I do. I don't know if you
I have
spent yours.
I have an
I
amount
do,
of gold.
'cause I'm constantly
I-
stealing
I'm
from
sure
people.
Miranda's fucking rolling in money.
I haven't even particularly been trying to get money, and I
mean,
have
I-
quite the amount.
I did take like all the money from that one case at
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
It was great.
Sleight of hand.
All right.
Alright,
yeah,
this
so I'm
town
now
looks very
proficient in
different.
sleight of hand, so it's gonna be even better.
Great.
So how is it that you guys leave town? On foot, on the horses?
I think. Well, I mean, we already have the horse already loaned out to us, so it would like be in the best interest and be faster to go on horseback, right, guys?
I just want to make sure that I don't assume anything when it comes to your travels.
We are on
Well-
horses, yeah.
I have a steed.
Oh yeah, of course.
I have no horse.
Well, there are enough horses for everybody to be able to ride one.
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll take mine as a pack animal, and I will ride
Scarlet.
on Scarlet.
It is... Yeah, so there's
Boar.
enough... So there were already 3 horses granted to you, and then they granted another horse to you, and then Adeline had said he already had his own steed, so...
Fair enough.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Deshaun's gonna be on a horse.
Okay. I'm on a horse.
I want a horse.
He's going fast, and
Alright, Zanar, what do your tiefling eyes see?
Alright, so you guys are...
What am I looking for?
You guys are walking
Fucking
out
ambushes.
of the town. And yeah, who
Oh, well,
is-
I have 23 perceptive passive perception now, so
Are you fucking kidding me?
that.
Great.
No. It's
That's-
great.
Amazing.
So as you're walking, you are not walking, but as you're riding,
How?
expertise, man.
Yeah.
It doubles
Oh,
your
it's the same.
proficiency bonus. Yeah.
Oh, it's the same
I
reason I
already
have.
had
plus 12,
20 before,
11 to
just now I have
persuasion.
23.
Jesus. Okay.
Also, Dan, I will be giving you control over Jeff's character.
Okay.
They're weird.
Because, yeah, Jeff is tied up with the air show, so.
Okay. I got it.
All right, so you guys are walking. You've been riding for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours when you get to this mountain pass. As you're riding through, actually, let me do.
it's a trap. Mountain
guys-
passes are always traps.
Pretty much. I
As
agree
you
with
get
that.
to this pass, you can hear the howls of wolves coming from sort of north of your location. So,
So like somewhere in this general vicinity.
a little to the left of that.
Question:
Over here.
Yes.
can you
answer.
guys see this?
See
What?
What
what?
are we talking?
That'd be a no. All right. The little spacebar
Right.
thing where you can see how far you're gonna place your token.
Look, guys.
You guys tried that?
Direwolves.
What?
You mean
You hold your token and then
Yeah.
press space, and it'll show you how far you're moving.
Oh, that's. I think. Oh, that's really cool, actually.
And then you can press
Oh,
space.
sweet.
You can press space again.
Dude, that's
Oh,
so
well, we
cool.
can't see that. All right, never
Yeah, I
mind.
can see that.
Good find. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that existed.
I didn't until they were doing it on
Oh,
one of the
that is-
videos I was watching, and I was like, how the hell did they do that? And it's just
That
press
is
Sorcery.
amazing.
Oh, that's
That's so
awesome.
much easier.
So,
Sorcery.
they're, like,
So, from the origin of this here, line is where you hear the noises. And as you look up, the ridge is that these wolves are standing on is probably about 30 feet up to the ground that you guys are at. And you can see as the wolves sort of look at you, they are snarling and sort of like chomping at the, what's it called? At the air as they look at you.
Okay. I don't think these are friendly doggos.
We'll see
Sorry,
about
I was
that.
muted. My
I
steed
don't remember
responded in
half.
kind, with snarls and gnashing.
This
I
infuriates
have to
the
roll my-
wolves.
Oh,
So
nice.
go ahead and everybody roll initiative for me.
I do not have an initiative. Oh wait, there it is.
Button?
Fine, I lied.
Okay, I remember that.
Peace.
Okay. But
Something is wrong with your token, huh? When I roll your initiative... Oh, it's because you rolled for your Hellhound twice, Bill.
Oh, I forgot to click on the... Yeah. Although, we were going to run them together, weren't we? Anyway,
Based
So-
off of yours, so...
never mind then. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hellhat initiative. Hopefully
better
gives a
than-
Hellhound anyway.
Alright, anyway, Anara, you're first.
oh, okay, cool.
Oh hey, there they are.
How far are these guys? Let's find that out first.
Pretty away.
And add 30 feet to it since they're up on a cliff.
Is this another cliff
Okay.
as well? Is this
Yes.
30 feet as well?
30?
This one is 20 feet, and then this is an additional 10 feet.
Got you.
Okay. So I guess I will move over here, and then I will shoot at this one.
Okay. Because you're shooting from the low ground, you'll have a disadvantage.
Okay, I figured.
So a 10
Okay.
will not hit.
Jesus.
Otherwise, yeah, you would have beautiful damage.
That
Oh,
was
amazing.
so glorious.
Ah. I should have just gone up the mountain. Should have dashed.
What is that? Sneak?
We're
Are those
fine.
added
I think
together?
we're fine.
Yeah,
Or...
Yeah, the
and because
sneak
it's
is,
critted, it's doubled.
Jesus.
That would have been
Yeah.
so stupid.
It's like 46
I would have had to hide first.
damage.
Actually, yeah,
Approximately a million.
I love my sneak.
Brutal. Alright, alright.
So you take a shot at them, and
and-
it sort of hits the bottom side of the cliff, and all three of them glare at you, noting your
Cool.
location.
You know what? I'm gonna use my bonus action that I get to hide.
So there are a couple rocks. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Approximately a million.
Go.
All right, you are able. You shoot, and then you duck behind one of the rocks. As it hits the cliffside, they look over in the direction where you were, but they don't seem to see you as they look back towards the
Yeah.
party. Next is the
Awesome.
dire wolves.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving them back our attention to us. That's cool.
I mean,
Can I do it with the? Oh, I can. That makes it so much easier to move these tokens.
Nice.
All right, so that wolf sort of jumps down and then runs forward to the edge of that cliff and looks towards the hellhound and snarls at it. This one, oh, how did the? There it goes. It was right here. Hold on, I messed up the. We'll sort of do the same thing. The next one starts to walk towards the cliff, and you hear a very loud, unsettling growl. As you turn, or as the direwolf turns back, you can hear it whimper as it is smacked
What? The fuck?
Oh,
What
I
is
wanted an
that?
owl bear so badly. That's what I wanted.
It's
Holy
smacked to the
shit,
middle
that's cool.
of the what's it called?
What was this, Avatar?
Of the road and instantly dies on impact.
What
Ooh,
is?
it's a friendly owl bear.
Nice.
I don't
Time to
think
run
that's a
away.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just gonna. Gonna try to destroy
I'm going
all
to the
of us.
bathroom, guys. Feel free to take your turns as my initiative is garbage.
Yes, it is. This creature comes out and lets out a roar that sounds to be that of a bird call mixed with a bear roar. So it is very deep but high pitched at the same time.
Like dual tonal, like a
Exactly.
T-Rex.
Exactly.
Wow.
All right, next will be Adeline.
I'm gonna take up a defensive position at the bottom of the cliff here, preparing to strike if a direwolf decides to jump down.
Okay. And that's your turn.
No. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, next the new creature is going to look at the direwolves the direwolf that it just smacked. But it notices after you start to move, it hears you and looks over and has now seen more fresh meat for the taking.
Nice.
Ooh, glad I'm hidden. Wasn't me this time.
It is going to jump down off the cliff, though, right in front of the dire bear and take a swing at it.
Dire bear.
Or,
Now we're all confused.
yeah, I'm confused too.
It's the hell wolf and the dire bear and the owl hound.
There's too much stuff. There's a lot of stuff. So it will hit with... You see it go in with its claws, and the dire wolf sort of ducks, and it misses, and then it goes in with its beak, nipping at it, making contact.
It's got 2 attacks. Nice.
If only we had a talking bear.
Next is Nishan.
I'm going to piss my pants after
Alright.
seeing what the owlbear is doing for a second.
What
So
is
your
the
bonus
Elmo
action,
doing?
right?
It just
That's your bonus
pecked
action?
at the dire wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
That'll be a
that's-
free
that is-
action.
Thank
Your
you.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only going after the direwolves right now. I really don't want to like provoke it too much, so I would like to at least shoot a firebolt at that guy.
Okie dokie.
Maybe it'll see us as friends for helping it.
That's what I'm
Kill
hoping. Well, wait, hold up. Just in case, I want to change my mind. I want to shoot at this one just in case I miss.
Okay.
That's fair.
In case you hit like a 1 or something.
Exactly, and then I hit the owlbear by mistake, and they're like, whoops.
So seeing this this owl bear jump down and peck at the wolf, you're like, I'm not gonna mess with that. So you hold out your hand and then throw it forward, releasing a ball of fire, connecting to the dire wolf and smoldering a little patch of its fur as you hear it sort of whimper after taking the hit.
I am then going to proceed and moving, if possible, and 30 feet. Guess. Does that mean? Yeah, it is. That's so awesome. I want to go right here. Is that possible? If I can, if that's 30 feet right there. If that's not.
Yeah,
good
you can.
terrain.
So that isn't too tall or too high up from the base ground, so and it's not too difficult. There's a little bit of rocks and stuff, but it's not difficult terrain yet.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Cool.
All right, next
That's
will be Jiff.
Jeff is going to look down at the ground at the new and wonder why it's so wet, and then he's going to shoot a he'll probably firebolt the same.
Okay, that
Jesus.
will also connect. So Jeff looks down and is like, "Why the fuck is there a big ass puddle? It's dry out here." And then he's like, "Whatever." So he does the exact same motion and tosses a firebolt towards this direwolf. And as it connects, it lets out another whimper. As you can see, another patch of its fur has been smoldered. And
Cool.
the wolf sort of starts to pant at this point,
Okay.
probably from the extreme heat of fire being tossed at it.
Yeah, and then he's gonna move right here.
Okay. Next is for Drake.
Alright, so for Drake, sort of like is muttering to himself, "Hey, never really been good at the bow. Explain. Do I have anything? Can I range attacks?" Hello.
Actually, yes. If you hold your hand out towards whatever target, and then just
Right.
feel your energy go towards your hand and watch the explosion.
Okay,
Did he multi-class?
he does that.
So you hold out your hand and you just try to feel the energy, and then a shadowy bolt explodes from your hand and makes contact with the wolf up ahead.
Ooh.
As it makes
Look,
contact,
have a roll.
it lets out a whimper, and then it proceeds to look like you hit it right in one of its paws, so now it's holding up its paw as if it's injured.
Oh,
Aw,
that's cool.
aw.
I'm gonna walk over here now. Was it space?
Yeah. So click on your token, then press space. So while you're holding the token, oh, you can also see where they came from too.
I just learned that as well. You click on your token and press space.
If
Yeah.
Peter asks, this fur is fake.
Wait, if you keep pressing space, it gets darker?
No, if you press space again, you can like turn, like make little turning point
He's gonna
Yeah,
look there.
you can be like, okay, I would like to go this direction, and then
like that.
yeah.
No, I mean, just click your token, don't hold it. And press space, and then keep pressing space, and it'll darken that line.
Click space.
Oh, that's cool.
There.
Oh, that's cool. And it shows you where you moved. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Does it do that for every movement?
That's really cool.
Okay, so if you like
Okay,
click and hold and then
Yeah,
press
it shows
space,
you
it'll
your
give the
last-
line.
Okay.
And if you click and don't
If
hold
you
and
just
press space,
Click
it'll
and
show
let go, it
you.
shows you where you came from.
Nito
Damn.
Frito. Top of the round, Anara.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess since I'm still hidden, I'm gonna just shoot from here. And I will make an attempt to shoot at
This one won't be at disadvantage.
Werewolf. Okay, good. Oh, because they're closer?
Yeah.
Okay. That works out in my favor, hopefully. And...
That'll hit.
Dang it. Oh, good. Okay. For a 19.
Yep, and that'll kill it. So
Awesome.
you peer from behind a rock and you let go of your bolt. As it zooms through the air, it hits the direwolf right underneath its neck, and you can hear it like let out a sharp whimper as it falls to the ground. As it falls to the ground dead, the owlbear looks at it curiously, and then looks back and sees you.
Yeah. Okay, so, on that note,
Where
I'm
are
gonna move
More
over,
hiding.
yeah, legit. So I'm gonna move over here. Well, no, I don't want to be that close. Okay, right there.
Okie dokie. Just so you are aware, there are no rocks big enough in that location. Think of this area right over here as sort of a slope that goes up. Majority
Oh,
of the
that's like
big
the
rocks-
opposite of hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'll just move, like, over here-ish, then.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
there,
And then
risky.
you would be
use
able
my
to
bonus
sort of
action to hide again.
roll stealth for me.
Yep.
Let's see.
I mean, the lowest I can roll is so.
14.
So as you zoom out of the way, it sort of looks over in that area and loses sight of you and turns back to look at the direwolf in front of it.
Awesome.
Next, it's the direwolf's turn. So the now lone direwolf will look at the owlbear, and it'll sort of snarl at it. And then it lets out a loud howl, different from the howl that you heard previously. That howl was more ferocious. This one sounds as if it's calling for help.
That's fair.
It lets
Involuntarily, the hellhound howls back.
And the dire wolf will try to bite the owlbear, but it is not, because of its frightened state, it is not very quick, and the owlbear is able to react and move back. The dire wolf will try to jump down. Actually, hold on, where'd the thing go?
So like
There
when
it
you click it, then you press space, yeah?
Yeah, that'll show you where it was last time.
Yeah.
So the dire wolf will try to go over there, but first, the
Opportunity.
owlbear is going to take a swipe at it, and it will. Oh boy.
Oh no.
So it takes a swipe at it, and as it swipes, you can see the back portion of its fur is completely torn to shreds, exposing
God.
probably about 3 or 4 ribs of the dire wolf.
The dire wolf?
Yes.
Fuck.
So
That's
the
a
dire
little bad
wolf,
for it.
after the swipe from the owlbear, is missing a pretty hefty chunk of its hindquarters as it tries to run.
Oh.
And it goes over there, sort of sits there, and tries to start licking its wounds for the time being. Next is Adeline.
I love how we feel bad for a thing that we were gonna attack anyway. We were gonna kill ourselves.
I don't feel bad for it. I'm kidding.
Oh well, I guess
Very
it's just
bad
me.
for it.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Blade Singer over here.
Drake feels very
Right.
bad about the dire wolf. They're good puppies.
With his weird eyes.
Oh, hey, I'm muted.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna get in between the owlbear and the party, and if it gets close enough, strike it.
Okie dokie. Alright.
That's all. I said a lot more earlier, but no.
I believe it. Alright, so the owlbear is going to take notice of the dire wolf as it tries to escape. Not happy with it being in its territory, it will run over to where it is, and as it's coming down the cliff, it readies its claw. Let's see. And it will hit it with its claw, but it will miss as it tries to peck at it. And at this point, he hit the spot that he had previously swiped at, and now you can see the dire wolf is sort of laying down as it whimpers, trying to stand up, but it just does not have the energy in order to stand up, as if it's on its very last leg. And the owlbear lets out a scream. Next is Nishan.
I want to shoot Firebolt at the dire wolf just to at least take it out of its misery.
So you shoot your hand forward, and it connects with the dire wolf, and the owlbear looks as this dire wolf finally collapsed to death, and it's sort of confused, as if, how the hell did this thing just die? I hadn't killed it yet. And it looks over to where the fireball came from and lets out a roar and starts to
Is it a threatening
swipe.
roar?
Yes, and it starts to swipe its right paw in the dirt as if preparing to head your way.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so we're definitely shooting it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, this is gonna be great.
yeah.
Oh god. A couple of us are gonna at least pass out.
I probably agree with that statement. Okay. I'm then going to move and try to get distance from this kid. Yeah, there's good. Okay. That's good.
Okay, next is Jiff.
Yif. think what I want Jeff to do.
WWJD.
Alright. Just go ahead and
Babe. I'm listening. I'm just muted. Hello there.
um
How are you? Good.
Terrific.
Good.
yeah, we're gonna do.
That's cute.
I guess
You're
not.
cute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start shooting at the kid, the owl bear.
So far, so good.
Owl bear. Wow.
It's been
Damn.
good little play. Yeah. Very cool. You almost died?
No, we ate outside.
Oh, okay,
Fireball.
gotcha.
It's your technique.
It is. So that is going to hit for 5. So you hold on. Yeah, you're good. So you let your hand out in the baseball fashion, and you let out a bolt of fire. It makes contact with the owlbear, but it doesn't seem to really mind it. It looks and sees a couple smoldered feathers and brushes off the feathers, and now looks directly at you, Nishan. Oh wait, that's Jeff. Looks
Jeff,
directly
yes.
at Jeff.
Then Jeff is going to move right here. Yeah.
Jeff should be on here shortly. Neat.
Nice. And that's gonna do it for Jeff.
Dope. Alright, next is for Drake. Okay.
Alright, he's going to. Where is this? Pretty far. Alright. He's gonna do the same thing because that was fucking cool.
Steak and shrimp I saw. Some
Ooh, shrimpy. I can dig that. It was pretty good. Didn't do as much as yesterday, but alright. So you let out a cackling beam of energy towards
Crackling.
the. Oh, is it crackling? Yeah, cackling is what that witch did. Anyway, and it connects for 7 damage. And the owlbear
Now he's going
sort
to move
of
slightly.
already looking in that direction. You can see it glance towards you, but then look back at Jiff.
Which character is Bill?
Seems like a good spot.
He's the hellhound,
John, how are you
but
doing?
his actual person is underneath it.
You seen an owl? Have you seen whatever the fuck this is before?
Dude, you don't want to.
You can say hello,
I don't want to
so.
talk about it right now. Let's.
Ingrid says hello, everybody.
Hey!
Hey.
Friend.
Hello.
They all say hi back.
I heard that.
Neato.
I'm gonna shoot you one now.
Okay.
I
Love
love
you. Mwah.
Oh.
Okay.
Isn't she the cutest thing? Oh. No one did. I did. I know you are.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Alright. So for Drake is done moving.
Yes.
Next is Anara. Actually, I lied. I need Jeff, Nishan, and for Drake to make a perception check.
Oh man, I
Do
love
any of
perception
you
check.
have perception check awareness with hearing? Probably
What?
not. So just roll a regular perception check for me.
Your ass is-
These
crit fails.
I'll,
Wow.
I'll roll it for Jeff actually.
Nice.
That way we don't
Okay,
get yours
cool,
and
thanks.
his.
Yeah.
Why do you people have such high wisdoms?
Because
Who
I'm a
knows?
wizard.
Because we do.
He's a wizard.
Wizards
Eye.
use
Because
it.
we're
That's it.
wizards.
I'm a wizard.
So for Drake is standing there, looking towards the owlbear, while Nishan and Jeff are also looking at the owlbear. But all of a sudden they hear noises coming from behind.
Oh
them.
no.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh lord.
Like
Basilisk?
avert your gaze
Oh
kind of
my God.
basilisk?
So behind you,
like in Harry Potter kind of basilisk?
you both look behind you, and you can see these lizards start to crawl from the cracks in the earth.
No.
Oh
Lizard.
god.
Oh, we
Make a
Uh,
wisdom saving throw.
I start smacking for Drake in the shoulder. as he's
What?
looking,
What?
and I start pointing, and I start like and I start pointing at towards the basilisk.
That's
Redying.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Alright, so we
I'm
are
pretty sure
at,
Dragonborn don't like to walk on all fours.
we're at the top of the round with the Nora.
Oh my god.
Awesome. I am going
Top
to
of the
shoot at
round,
this
yeah.
owl bear. Let us shoot at this owl bear. Oh, good.
Damn.
That's great.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And it's on sneak too. Yes.
Yep.
I wish I could deal that much damage.
In time.
Wait.
Or, sorry. In time for Dre. I will teach you. It just takes time.
That's 37 damage. Damn.
So, hold on, I'm trying to math from what it currently is. So, okay, there it is. Alright, so you peer out from behind your rock and you let out your crossbow bolt. And you actually stick it in one of its eyes, and it lets out a really, really loud shriek of pain and anger and frustration. While it's sort of like bobbing its head trying to claw out the crossbow bolt, what else do you move?
Yeah, it's time to move and hide again. I'll stay in this general area again. We'll move over here
Alright.
and try to hide again. Stealth. Ooh, okay, cool.
Fuck. Jeez.
Alright, so yeah, because of its
I've
eye
missed you,
being like completely like destroyed with that bolt, it doesn't notice. It knows it came from that direction, but it doesn't see anything. After a couple seconds of finicking it with it, it just accepts that there's a bolt in its left eye, and now it looks angrily towards Jiff.
Poor Jeff.
Unfortunately for Jeff, he's about to be looking the other way.
Oh no.
shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like people are.
Anyway,
Sorting to
from
murder Jeff.
behind you can hear sort of the low, like, think of an alligator in a way, like the little, I don't know what you would call that, a snarl, but you can hear that from behind you.
It's a type of hissing, I guess.
Yeah,
Ugh.
a hiss.
Oh god.
They all see Jeff first because he's wearing bright red robes.
Idiot.
And
Oh,
they all
Jesus.
gather
Jeff is going
around.
to fucking die.
Damn.
My name is Jeff.
My name was Jeff before I died.
Meanwhile, next week, Jeff comes back. Oh yeah, your character's fucking dead.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Let's see.
I'm trying to see if I can see anything.
Thanks, love. You don't have to do that.
Ingrid, bring me one.
It's a giant
Jeff said to bring him one.
steak.
Yeah,
That's
He doesn't even know what it
having
is.
a steak.
A steak?
Yeah,
Wow.
steak and shrimp.
Damn.
Oh, that's a combination.
What?
Fucking high class in this
Turf and
bitch.
turf.
I had
Surf
Olive
and
Garden,
turf.
so, you know. Yeah.
I like to call this the turf and turf. It's a 16-ounce porterhouse with a 24-ounce ribeye.
Alright.
That sounds fantastic.
Parks and Rec,
Sounds
anybody?
fantastic.
Yes.
Dope.
yeah, I
All right.
got that.
So, let's see. This
Jeff is dead?
No, not yet. I haven't rolled damage or anything.
Yes, have at least 11 HP.
All right. So these lizard things are going to roll up behind Jiff, and they
Oh
are
my
going
God.
to each take a little bite at him.
I feel so
You can
bad
see
now.
the saliva as they open their jaws drip. And Jeff looks terrified, especially because, let's see, one,
Oh, no,
two, all
not
three
again.
of them hit,
Oh no!
Oh lord. Oh god.
No.
which is most
No.
unfortunate, actually. How much?
Is he dead?
He's got 40
Don't
HP.
be
Let's
dead.
see.
Yes, 40
17
HP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, how much HP do I have?
36.
25, okay. I'm
Jeff
still winning
is
against the wizard.
unconscious.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No.
We are so hot.
Oh my.
As all
I
the
might-
basilisks, one of them goes for his left arm, grabs it. The other one goes for his right leg, grabs it. And as he's sort of pulled behind him, the last one sort of chomps on his head real fast, like right behind the nape of his neck. And you just hear him go, ugh, as he falls to the floor, and they let go. Adeline, your turn.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna move.
Also,
I
real
guess
quick,
here.
you
Spell
reset all
casting.
your lay of hands and
Spell.
stuff, right?
Yeah, I did. Yep. I'm gonna go here, and the Hellhound is going to bite this here basilisk.
Basilisk.
That will hit.
Playing the game in combat.
And then I am going to attack the same basilisk.
Basilisk. I like the way you speak. That will also
Yes.
hit.
And how is basilisk looking?
So you take a couple swipes at it, and it sort of snarls at you as it has been lightly injured.
Lightly injured. Fantastic. Alright, then I will swing one more time.
Did you just say lightly?
I
He
did.
said lightly, yes.
And I will probably be using a Divine Smite on this one.
Divine Smite.
Level 2. So here's that. If it hits, I will Divine Smite.
It does not hit, unfortunately.
Alright, then I will be done.
Okay. Next is the owl bear. The owl bear looks over as Jeff gets chomped up, and it's already pissed off that it has a crossbow bolt in its fucking eye, and it's now pissed off that its prey has fallen at the feet of what looks to be a decent-sized meal for the owl bear. So it lets out a howl. And then begins to.
Oh, good.
Regenerate health. Dun dun dun. No, I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
It jumps off of that cliff and walks as far forward as it is able before stopping.
Shit.
Next is Nishan.
It is coming for me.
It's gonna be magic missile time.
It's gonna be May. Pick your targets first.
It's gonna be one each of the basilisk.
Okay.
And we're going to. Oh, alright.
I think I have just now decided this is Adeline's new voice.
And then, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Hey, it worked, it worked.
For real, I can dig it, dude. That's
Yes.
beautiful.
He's a Russian elf.
That is very good. Just wait until he meets a Russian comrade from faraway land.
Comrade. Long
Comrade,
time.
God.
do you
If
want
the voice in
vodka?
my head starts talking to Adeline, I'm going to shoot myself.
All right. Anyway, jokes aside. So you're gonna hit
That was
one of
no
each.
joke.
Go ahead and. Well, I know you weren't joking. I was joking for a moment. Oh, the steak is glorious.
Yeah. It's just gonna be a level 1.
Okay.
Course.
4
4
damage
each to
to
all
each.
3 of them. Yeah. That's so awesome.
Minimum.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a natural 1. Love it.
As you cast your spell, roll a. What do I need? I need a Dex or Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure.
Oh,
Course.
dear. As you cast your spell, you meet the gaze of one of the basilisks, and its eyes brighten up, and you feel your body start to harden ever so
no.
slowly.
Yay.
It starts at your feet and then in your fingertips. And you have become restrained.
Great.
I mean, I can understand that from Verdrag also being a lizard, but you, Nishan?
Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna be a. This is gonna
Alright.
be hard, boys.
Next is gonna be Jeff. Make his first death saving throw, please.
Sure can.
That sucks,
That's-
Nick.
Two
That's
fails.
two
Oh
fails.
my god.
Oh
Wow.
my
Shit.
god.
I can't bring back the dead
Wait,
till level
okay.
7, so
Hold on. I think I have a med kit, which means I don't have to do like a wisdom thing if I go up there, right?
Fine.
If you use the
God.
med kit, or if Drag heals him, then he'll be good.
I just didn't want to expend an action for that.
Who's got the?
Speaking
who's
of
got-
which, it's for Drake's turn.
who's got the
Can I
healing-
throw a healer's kit at somebody
I'd allow it.
instead of
on
running
your
over
turn.
there?
Make a improvised ranged weapon attack.
Yeah,
Ranged
maybe.
healing. She tosses smelling salts.
Frederick weaves some healing magic with his words.
Oh yeah, you do have healing words.
Because someone crit failed on their death
Twice.
saving throw.
Yeah, I was just gonna let him
Then
lay
we're
there
good
until he
now.
had 2
He
fails.
heals
You
the
know?
shit out of Jeffrey.
I don't know why it rolls a spell attack. It doesn't need a spell attack.
I don't know either.
So
Heals him for 6. So you heal him for 6, and he stands up. But as he's standing up, you're looking at his fallen body, and your gaze meets one of the basilisk. Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
No,
Don't look at their eyes, guys.
not our healer.
Don't look at their eyes.
Oh,
You're
good.
Way better than an 8.
I'll
So
talk
you
about
look,
it.
you look in the eyes of the basilisk, and you see a glint of yellow,
I wink at it.
bluish energy, actually.
Savage.
As you look at it, you feel the same sort of effect. You feel your fingers start to toughen up, but you sort of like blink and you shake your head a little bit, and then it goes away.
Which one was? Did any of them get damaged? I think
Um,
Adeline hit like this
the one
one.
in front of them, yeah. Other than that, none of the others have taken
Uh,
damage.
God, healing word is broken.
Yeah, there's an entire video about how healing word is the most overpowered spell in D&D.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna move there.
Okay.
I'm gonna longsword with flourish on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
defensive, by the way.
Defensive. That adds you roll inspiration, and that's to your AC, right?
I already have it in the
Macro. I was
macro.
looking at
I
that
made
earlier,
a
and that
new-
was nice.
I made a new one specifically for this.
Copycat.
Is it the 1?
It's actually the 5.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
Is
is
it-
the 5. So you got +5 AC. So you're at
Because the
19.
first one is the regular
Yeah, the
attack.
actual roll,
Second
yeah.
one is the 1d8.
Okay. Dope. All right. So you deal 14 damage to it, which you can see the gash that you made is starting to bleed pretty heavily, as well as the one from Adeline. So this guy's looking pretty roughed up, but he's still standing on all fours.
Yep.
And is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, Inara.
Because someone
Okay,
had to
so,
fucking die
The one they've
almost.
been trying to kill is this one, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna shoot at that one. Fuck the owl bear. He'll probably start trying to kill those guys anyway. Where are you?
It's a trap.
Submit.
That
And I'm
will,
still in sneak.
Nope. That will hit for 18, which will kill it.
Sweet.
So you pop out from your
And-
rock, and as you look into its eyes meet yours. You feel the same effect, but
Oh.
then it goes away almost instantaneously as you feel your chest sort of vibrant with some energy, as if it's protecting you. Then you let out your crossbow bolt,
Awesome.
and it hits it right in the eye, and it lets out one final hiss as it falls to the ground dead.
Mary Sue.
Awesome. And now I'm just gonna go back into hiding.
That's some domino ass shit right there.
Hiding. There's stealth. Yay!
Let's see. Do these guys see you? Probably not. Nope.
Of course not.
And then the
Of
owl
course not.
bear also does not. Alright. Next is the lizards, who might not be basilisks, but might also be basilisks.
Mm,
Who am I kidding? They're totally basilisks. You guys can see their name when I roll stuff, huh?
Yeah, it says Basilisk underneath it.
Definitely
Yeah,
says
which is nice,
basilisk.
because we used to not be able to see the name.
Yeah, I thought I took that away, but oh well. Wait,
Oh,
do
I'm
you
glad
see
that
them
you-
under the token?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
see that too. Yeah.
Fuck. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh well, anyway.
It's not a Basilisk. That one
it's
says
just a name.
Zanara.
Yeah, it's just a name. Anyway, this first one, seeing this one right here, looks at Jeff because somehow he just stood up and it will bite at him.
And back down.
He's gonna drop right back down.
Misses.
You did not get
What?
get up again.
This next one saw, actually it didn't see anything, but it sees Nishan over there, and it knows that he's about to turn into something different, and he walks over and takes a bite. That'll hit for 11 damage.
Do you not have? Does Jeff not get an opportunity of attack?
Jeff just went down. Oh no, he didn't.
No.
Yeah,
I
he gets an opportunity.
theoretically
Jeff
don't
is up.
know how Jeff and Nishan actually hold themselves in combat. I've never heard you guys use your actual weapon, so I'll
have
allow him
not.
to make. What weapon does he have?
I believe
daggers.
he has a
Quarterstaff.
quarterstaff. Yes.
I'll let you roll that for damage as an opportunity attack.
Smack in the face. That's
It'll
not
miss
bad.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
As for you, yeah, take 11 damage. I'll let you input it,
Okay.
and then it'll be Adeline's turn.
All right.
Down to.
I am going to.
Tell me exactly what you do.
I shall stare into the eye of small dragon. I'm gonna move here. Oh wait, I can't. He's right there. I'm gonna move here, moving around like that.
I like how it did that juggle. That was pretty neat.
Yeah,
That is
thanks.
cool.
And I can hit this one because of my range. So I shall.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually,
Hey,
actually,
What was
this is
that?
how I'm gonna do this. The Hellhound
Oh,
is going to attack this one here.
Hello, Jeff.
he.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, is Jeff back?
you
Yeah,
almost
Jeff.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, your character legitimately almost died like
It
5
was-
seconds ago.
It was really
Oh.
bad.
Yeah.
Snapped
boy.
at him, but probably missed.
Dan made a critical fail on a death saving throw, so you can thank
Oh,
him for
Jesus.
that.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
the thing that happened.
Oh.
That's
It was
just bad
really
luck,
funny,
so
actually.
I was worried.
That was.
I was like,
Oh,
I know I
fuck, are
said you
these-
guys need to have ideas, but I didn't mean it. Like, no.
What the? What the? Why is there an owl there?
There's
Why is there
owlbear on
basilisks?
there Because
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that
they may or may
owl
not
bear
be
is, like,
basilisks, you know.
shit
I
up.
mean, like, they have
They-
these
they-
yellow eyes, and
I
They-
mean, I'm
they-
about to turn
what?
into stone, so there's that.
and then you were going to attack the other one?
Yeah.
Alright. Real quick, make your Hellhound and yourself Constitution save for me.
Be right back.
I think I can do that.
Jeff, don't
Hellhound.
attack the owl bear. He's
That's
Yeah.
for the Hellhound.
He's about to attack the basilisk instead of us, so let's
Mm.
let him stay focused on that.
Okay. Did I take fireball or did I take featherfall?
Um,
wow,
I
good job,
remember
Adeline.
seeing a
Double
fireball
eights.
being rolled eventually at one point in the chat log, so I
Man,
think you took
not-
that
not
one.
it.
I didn't roll 2d6, but I
No,
still
I-
got 7s.
It's featherfall,
Okay,
and I have find familiar as well.
dope. Alright, so you go in for your swing as your Hellhound also goes in for the bite. The bite doesn't hit, but the basilisk looks over and its eyes light up as your Hellhound looks at it and sort of shakes its head. But you can hear it speak to you, I feel strange. And
Yeah.
then you make an attack against the other basilisk. You connect with it, and it looks at you dead in the eye, and you also feel strange.
Right,
You
I'm
are
gonna
both restrained at this point.
Use the divine smite level 1
that
on that
one?
first one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it hit.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to say that.
No,
Sorry.
yeah. No, you're good. And that'll add 8 damage to
damage.
it.
1. Oh, I can re-roll that with Polearm Master, maybe? Let me check.
Theoretically, no, because Divine Smite isn't your melee attack. But read it off to me real fast.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
I'm pretty sure it's like the attack damage of the glaive itself.
Well, it says when you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon.
I'll allow it then,
Just roll a new d8.
yeah. Not much better, but it's 1 better.
Yep.
It'll work. Okay.
Wouldn't he just roll for that one die though?
Oh, yeah, it would be that 1 die.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh, you know
so-
what? Let's just keep the 8. Yeah, because that can't be right.
Is it? It's supposed to be 2d8. 2d8, right?
Yeah.
So what we'll
Roll
do is
one
we'll take
with
the
damage.
7 and the 5 and add them together to make 12 damage done.
There you go. Perfect.
I need to add 3 more damage to it then. Boom. Alright, cool. So you smacked it, and so your Hellhound missed. And as they looked you guys in the eye, you are now restrained. And by the way, if you didn't know, restrained means your speed is 0. Attacks against you have advantage, and attacks against targets that you make have disadvantage. So, not very fun. Next is the Owlbear. The Owlbear is still in a frenzy, and will walk up right here, swatting this basilisk out of the way and attacking the other basilisk right next to.
Restrained, do you still get to attack, or are
You
you
can,
just...
yeah. Your speed is just 0, and it has
So I'll
your
use an
attack
opportunity attack on that for the 10 feet.
Has, okay. It
Yeah,
has
even though it's
disadvantage,
disadvantaged.
Yeah, but it's still an opportunity.
Nope.
Yeah,
Rest in
negative.
peace.
God, those are all awful rolls.
So you swing
of
at it,
eights.
and because it's frenzied and doesn't really care about what you just did, it's more looking into the creature that took out its prey before it could, aka you, Jeff. You pissed off the owlbear, just so you're aware,
How did I piss off the owlbear?
because you killed its
Existing.
prey.
What prey?
You killed the dire wolf that it
there.
was about to kill, and it saw you do it, so it was pissed off at you. But then it saw the
And then I made
basilisk
it
kill you
angrier
almost,
by,
and now it's
shooting
pissed
it
off
at-
at that. So that is 16 damage that the owl bear will do to the basilisk.
Why did I attack the dire wolf?
Because it was howling at you guys in a vicious manner. So you guys thought that maybe attacking the wolves would make the owl bear nice to you, but it just pissed it off.
Okay, I can see that.
So yeah, it goes in and smacks the basilisk in the face, and you notice a couple of its teeth fall out, and it's pretty much like mouth is pretty much half gone. So it's pretty roughed up. Next is Nishan, who is restrained, so you can't move.
I'm going to regret all my life decisions at first as bonus action, and then I'm going to go Scorching Ray.
Constitution save for me.
Yeah, okay. Can even say that I didn't even look at the dude. Okay.
Oh, if you want to say that.
Yeah, I don't want to be looking at any of the basilisks while I'm doing
Okay.
this.
Roll your Scorching Ray with disadvantage.
Sure.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Worked out great.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
And a 6 and a 1. Alright.
All 3 of them are spent on which one?
let's do the one guy in front of me.
Okay. So let's see, 21 damage. It is. So you sit there and you look sort of like you hold out your hand and you look away, and then you sort of jazz hands towards that general location, hoping, praying that it connects with something. And you can hear thum 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 as all 3 scorching rays hit the basilisk, and you can smell what smells like steak.
Nice. Nice.
Alligator sausage.
Next
Nice,
is
yeah.
Jiff.
Am I immobilized?
No,
Okay.
you can
You're at
move.
6 HP though.
I
Yeah,
see.
you got healed.
Let's see. I'm gonna click on this. I'm not gonna use it, but does this let me move away without a without being opportunity attacked?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Teleporting is awesome.
It really is.
Let's see how far away 30 feet is on this map.
He doesn't know the trick.
Yes, no. What a noob.
Yeah, someone should teach him.
What are you doing?
So Jeff, if you click and hold onto your token and press
Yes.
the space bar, it'll do the ruler thing for you. So you
Oh.
can see exactly where you could go.
And
Ultimately,
you can add pit stops too by adding more spacebar touches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, actually.
I'm gonna get up on these rocks over here. These are rocks, right? Like higher up.
Oh, we can't see it.
Like
Show
we're like
me-
right over
show-
here.
Yeah, you can do that.
Is that higher than the ground?
Just by 5 feet.
Okay. But
So make sure you got your token like in hand, and then
Yeah.
press it.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
And
just get up
drag.
here. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna get up here.
Okay.
And I have a bonus action, I suppose.
You just
No, that was my bonus action.
You have a
I can use
regular
a
action.
cantrip though. A regular action. Okay.
Well, so
And you have
you have to use a cantrip if you're going to cast a spell, but you could if you. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, you have the bag of holding. You have 3
Yep.
greater healing potions on you in that bag of holding.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I will
Oh, yeah.
consume one right now.
That's fair.
Right now. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's 4d4. Hold on.
That's
where's
greater
that?
healing.
It
Wow.
should
Oh, here it
actually-
is. Bag of holding. Jeff will have to remember what happened at the beginning of today later on.
That's fair.
Yeah, I will.
He did get hit pretty hard in the back of the head.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
it's
on the arm,
4d4
and on the
plus
leg.
4.
Okay. I need to roll 44.
Boom, 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 boom.
4. D4. Oh, let's back that up. 4. D4.
Interesting.
Huh? Oh no, I did DD.
So how
Four.
many? 4.
Or did it?
Four. There you go. Hey,
Hey, the same thing. Cool.
plus 4.
Plus
So 13
4.
HP.
13 HP. Baby.
You're now at 19.
19.
All right.
Glug, glug, glug.
You technically still have movement speed if you want to use
Mhm.
it.
Have a 30?
Yeah,
Or
you're not a
Um,
monk anymore.
no? Oh. Let's see. I'm gonna move
So you don't
as
have
far
like 85.
as far as I can physically go up here.
Yeah, you should be able to go anywhere up here that's 30 feet.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna go right there.
cool. All right. Next is Free Drake, the Blade Singer.
Oh yeah, that happened too.
You'll probably just have to watch the beginning of the video.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, his new power.
So how hurt does this giant purple bastard look?
The owlbear? Is that what you're asking, or the lizard?
Yes, owlbear.
Got a bolt in the eye, so
It has
that's,
a bolt in the eye that's bleeding profusely. It's got some scorched feathers, which is no big deal to it, but it's breathing heavily.
Okay.
I would still say focus.
It's fair. I'm going to use my bonus action to have X.
To what?
I don't know. I don't know how to roleplay this, to be honest. Hey, buddy, how do I make of the more damage?
Are you talking to me? Why am I going Russian?
Because
Comrade.
Rodriguez doesn't know what hex is.
Babushka.
Well, if you go ahead and just wish bad things to happen to your enemy in front of you, and then you slay them, that is how it works. But you have to look at them, of course.
Well, he's gonna do it anyway.
Cool. You're
He's
doing
gonna
it
cast
for what?
X. This one.
Okay.
What'd you say? No. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and whisper roll that to me, please. Just so I know exactly what it does, because I assume you're attacking afterwards.
Yup.
Can you whisper something that's clickable?
Yeah, everything on your character sheet, when you click it, it should ask you if you want to whisper it. You can press something real fast to make sure. But everything that's clickable on your sheet should toggle that. I've made it that way.
That seems accurate.
Okay, so you do that, and then
I'm going to attack with a flourish of the defensive variety.
okay,
I have a button for this.
you do, and that will hit, and
This one's more accurately labeled.
go ahead and
Extra,
roll
extra.
a Constitution saving throw for me.
Let's see. That goes down. Constitution. Nope. Lucky.
Okay. Oh, lucky.
Yep.
Watch it be the one.
Yeah.
Hey, one extra. All right, so
Damn.
you look at it,
Not so-
and as you're looking up this basilisk, you're like, I really fucking hate you. And then you feel empowered in your attack against it. And as you swing, it looks at you, and its eyes flash
See.
yellow. As you
also
start
get-
to feel
Oh.
a little
Is-
lagging. Huh?
I get stoned.
No, not yet. But you are restrained. I forgot.
So I
to-
get +3 AC this time.
But as you bring down your blade and it cuts through, a sort of blackish energy shrouds your blade as you cut straight through this basilisk, killing it. It lets out
that's
a
interesting.
sort of hiss, like ah. Next is Onara.
Alright, let's do this shooting thing again. Yep, at the back. And equipment.
Okay, that'll hit.
17. And then I will hide again. I guess I'll move a little and then hide again.
All right. So you let out your crossbow bolt, and as you shoot it, it hits this here
There
basilisk.
goes down.
Really need to turn that off. Which doesn't notice as you move. And then the owl bear also
you.
doesn't notice you move and hide.
Thank you.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, hold on. Let me back up. You pop out behind your rock and you let out a crossbow bolt. As it hits the basilisk, it looks over at you and its eyes flash yellow. And you feel the same sort of weird feeling in your fingers and toes. But then again, your chest sort of, you feel how it's sort of protecting you and warding off this effect. So as you shoot the bolt, it sort of lets out a cry and looks away. And when it looks back, it doesn't see you anymore.
Awesome. I'm seriously not questioning why it doesn't affect me like that, but
Next is the basilisk. What a formidable creature. Knowing that its food is just right beside it, it will take a bite at Michonne.
Yummy.
He would.
He would indeed. He will do 18 damage to you, friend.
Holy balls.
Jesus! What the fuck?
Big.
I gotta do math real quick. Stand by.
Stand by for math.
And I'll go ahead and assume as he's attacking at you, you're still kind of looking away.
I'm still looking away. Yeah, I'm hurting.
Alright, next is
How
Adeline.
does restraint work?
Alright, the Hellhound
Getting famous.
will attack the basilisk.
I got some conditions.
For just 15.
Restraint.
It will hit, even with disadvantage. And the basilisk, as it gets chomped down on its left leg, your hellhound actually rips the leg off in a fury. And the basilisk looks it dead in the eye, requiring a constitution save, please. As it
Another
looks
8.
in the eye, the hellhound is holding the basilisk's leg in its mouth. And as it starts to try to chew, you notice its jaws chewing slower. Slower. Before it finally makes its last chomp and turns to stone.
Nice.
Nice statue you got there, buddy.
I know, right? I shall dismount.
You don't have
Actually-
any speed.
You know what? I don't need to dismount. Haha. I sit on this nice stone statue.
I just picture it. It's beautiful.
It's great.
Momentarily confused, looking down at the stone. And then turn around and swing at the owlbear.
Okay, okay. 16 will hit.
Okay, then I'm gonna roll my bonus action. A D4 polearm master bludgeoning doohickey.
Okay. For an extra 3, so 15 total. Alright, so you sit there and you go to swing and you move your body to where it connects with the owlbear, and it's kind of thrown off that you attacked it because it didn't expect it. And then as you hit it, it sort of like rears back, and as it comes back onto the ground, you come and hit it with the pommel or the blunt end of the glaive, hurting it quite considerably.
Alright, then I will use my second attack action.
Okay.
Because I have one of those.
5 attacks later.
That is a critical miss.
Oh, I have disadvantage, that's right.
That's alright, comrade.
This damn stone hound, it ruins me.
I don't think I could take Adeline serious right now, not until it sinks in. It's just such a sudden change. I love it though. It's good. It's good. All right, so you
I
go in to
decided
hit
he
it.
is Russian elf.
So you go in for the swing, but it's a miss. And you kind of hobble as you are on this stone statue, and you drop your glaive right next to you. I will say, where's the...
Can you even reach it?
Alright,
With your
so
zero?
now that Adeline has gone,
And pissed off the owlbear.
yeah, it is the owlbear's turn.
Oh no.
As you look at the owlbear, it is very, very injured. It is bleeding from the eyeball. That glaive wound was rather deep. I need... Let's see. Nishan, Adeline, and Fadraig to all roll dexterity saving throws.
With disadvantage?
Disadvantage for all of you. As Adeline drops his glaive, you feel the ground start
Damn,
to
you guys.
rumble a little.
Have disadvantage.
From the northern portion, you can see a little mound of dirt as it starts to make its way towards you. You see it's moving all the rocks and everything out of the way. It comes up under Nishan, knocking him prone. Comes up under Adeline, shattering the statue and knocking him prone. Comes up under Fadraig, knocking him down. Then, when it finally emerges and reveals itself,
Can we not?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
a
What the
creature
fuck?
pops up from under the ground and grabs the owl bear in its mouth. As
Swear
it
to
grabs
God,
him in the
this is
mouth,
our experience.
it sits
Okay,
there
okay.
and shakes it furiously, beheading it.
Oh Jesus!
Is this like a prey versus prey versus prey thing? Like what's going
Yeah,
on?
pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's
We
what's
should-
been happening this
There's
entire
always
time.
a bigger fish.
Yeah, we should not.
What
fuck is
is
this lid?
this? Is this like some sort of fish?
Let's say
That looks. Have you guys seen Tremors? It looks like one of those Tremors with arms.
Yeah,
It looks
that's
like.
Only if it has a snake tongue thing.
So yeah, it beheads the owl bear, and you can see it as it munches down. You can hear the crunching of the skull.
So we're
You can
prone
see
and
the-
restrained?
Yes.
Oh god, we can't move at all. People died.
Can't get up if we're restrained and.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Jeff is here.
Yeah, in the corner.
Onara is also hiding, so you're good. We're good, I think.
All right.
Maybe. You guys might be dead. I don't know. We'll see.
The owl bear is dead, and next will be
Just me and Jeff.
Nishan's turn.
Well, yeah,
So
my
make
movement is-
a Constitution saving throw. Beautiful. So you're prone, and you look at your hand, and the very tips of your fingers are stone. And as you look at it, you start to think the worst. But all of a sudden, you remember something that your master taught you. Something about elven blood. And you concentrate on that for just a moment, and the stone starts to slowly back away, and you are no longer restrained.
Nice. I would like to take half my movement and get up.
All right.
And then
There is a seriously wounded basilisk right next to you.
yeah, there is. Let's go ahead and let's get firebolt on him without looking at him.
Okay. It still has disadvantage, and
Right.
it will hit and kill it.
Yep.
So you sit there and you look away and put out your hand as you shoot a ball of fire. As you hold out your hand, you don't see this, but Inara sees as the basilisk tries to eat your hand. And then your fireball goes straight down its throat.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Inara looks as the basilisk looks like it's got a a little plume of smoke coming from its tail end. And then you sort of like you're
Great.
hesitant, but you look over and you see it's dead, and you're like, oh, that actually worked. Okay,
Nice.
that actually worked, guys.
Totally meant to do that, right?
Right. Totally
Now
did.
you still have
Wait.
15 movement.
I'm going to move up next to Adeline
Okay.
and That's all I can do right now.
Cool.
He would like to meta remember his elven blood.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Of course.
I mean, the best.
Next is, Jeff.
I'm gonna cast Shatter at level 3.
Um,
Oh shit.
What?
okay.
Yeah, fuck you, shit.
Well, no, I mean,
That's
is
a
it-
high level.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to die. So, how do I cast this at a higher level?
It should
It
be.
should ask you.
Yeah.
An option.
Like, once you click on it, it should be like, what level do you want to cast?
It just says input value whisper.
You do the whisper as a public, and then it should ask you for the level.
I'm gonna test out.
Okay, there it goes.
Nope.
Ooh.
That's not much
Really didn't
damage.
work.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
Aww. Can I lucky that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that again.
These icons, though.
I know, right? All over the place.
Yeah.
You could say
Oh.
we have a heart of stone.
Haha.
Yeah, that's doing it right.
Yeah. Well. Alright. There
Okay.
you go.
So, let's see. It needs to make a save. It's a Constitution save, and it will only take half damage after it crits on it. A natural 20, which really sucks. So it'll take 6 damage. So you cast Shatter, and a big old lightning strike hits it. And for some reason, you're like, Zapdos, use Thunder. I'm just joking. But it doesn't seem to really mind that it has been hit with some thunder. Thunder, hear the thunder. Alright, next is for Drake.
Alright, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast my evil, hateful glare to the Bule.
Oh, first, before you do anything, Constitution save for me.
Oh, great.
Remember or not remembering anything, but you feel your master inside of you. Remember, dragons don't really fall to stone much, and you hear a snap of the fingers, and you are no longer restrained.
Cool.
But only you hear the snap. No one else does.
Magical snap. I use
How come he gets a Russian guy too?
He didn't start off
I,
Russian.
Yeah, he didn't start, but now that you've made me talk Russian, like I can't get away from it. It's like if I
Right.
talk Irish in an accent and then I try to go Jamaican, I'm like, slap it the baseman. And it's like Irish still, you know? That was a I love you
Yeah.
reference.
I use half of my movement to get
You
off.
should make his voice Jamaican, because that would be epic.
I move ahead so you see my bonus action to the Bule.
The melee.
The Bule.
You are in melee.
And I'm gonna do heal defensive flourish.
Alright. That'll hit.
Ooh. It's a decent flourish.
That's some good damage too.
Some
So
good flourishing.
you go in and take a swing at it, and you make a considerable gash on its forehead. It does not look happy that you did that.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna continue standing here. Seems like a good spot.
Okay.
Next is Onara.
Alright, cool. I'm just gonna shoot at it, as usual. Ooh.
Yeah, that misses.
Alright, let's at least try hiding again. Okay.
It does
Yeah,
not
you're
notice as you. It doesn't even register that you shot at it.
Oh, okay. I missed that badly.
Okay.
Alright.
Adeline, make a Constitution save for me.
I would love to.
Okay.
Nailed it.
So, as you look down at the ground, you're trying to move, and you look at your hands, and they start turning more to stone slowly. But you hear a faint whisper, "Adeline, my champion, now is not the time to give up." And you feel the blessing of your goddess, Mashakal, as divine energy courses through your veins, and you suddenly grow furious as to falling to this unformidable foe. And your eyes start to glow yellow as you stand up for free with divine energy coursing through your veins. You still have your full movement.
Dope. I'm going to pick up my glaive and then walk over Owlbear here, because he's dead, and take some swingers,
Okay.
some angry ones.
Blind rage field swings, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first one will miss.
And so he swings again. Ah!
That one will hit.
All right. And then lastly, I will take my bonus action. I'm killing it today on the rolls, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a divine smite?
No.
Okay.
No.
Much rules, much great.
All right. Next.
Oh, wait.
is,
I can re-roll that 1d4.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. Roll it.
Yeah.
Really?
Killing it.
Yeah. Go, Bill.
All right.
Bill.
Expert.
Bill Nye, the glaive guy, can't hit shit.
Pretty much.
Next is Nishan.
I'm going to. Yeah, magic missile. All three going to
Dude face.
dude face.
You don't want to attack for Drake?
Excuse me, what?
Just kidding.
I mean,
That would be a waste of both of our times.
honestly, the way that his big head's it's going on right now, I mean, it's going to be hard to get these missiles around him. So let's see.
All right, 21 damage.
Yeah.
Solid hit. So you release these 3 magical bolts. One of them goes to the right, the other to the left, and one straight up. And they all smack this thing right in the forehead, and it lets out a screech of pain. It shakes its head and looks towards you.
Okay. And then I guess I can move.
You can.
That would be a thing. Let's go. There. That'll do.
All right. Next is Jiff.
I look at the bullet. How does it look?
So there's a couple gashes in its pretty rough hide, and it's bleeding a fair amount, but it honestly doesn't look like it's too hurt, but it's also not feeling the greatest. It's about medium.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
That's
It
fine.
didn't let me choose higher level. I wanted to cast Magic Missile but at a higher level. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me choose.
So yeah, so when you cast Magic Missile, all it doesn't add extra damage, it adds extra darts.
Yep.
So the 6
Oh.
damage stays.
Okay.
It's always going to be 1d4 damage. It's just how many darts there are.
Oh, I want it to be a level 3, so I wanted to add
So
2
that's
more.
2, so that's 5 total, so that's 30.
Nice.
So 30 damage coming at it. So you let out 5 darts, and each of them in rapid succession hits it, all on the side, making a considerable gash, like a big ol', almost looks like a bullet wound in the modern day world, but from a like 50 caliber, and it's starting to pour blood. It is not looking too hot. But
That's
lucky
pretty
for it,
amazing.
Jeffrey, what else would you like to do? Anything?
What can I do?
I mean, move or something. If you want.
Bonus
I don't think you have any
action.
actions.
I move back 5 feet.
Okay. Next, it is the bullet's turn.
Is it French?
It's Franc.
Oh,
Eboule.
So, you look at it, and it looks over at Adeline, and then it dives underneath the ground, swimming in the ground until it pops out right beside Nishan.
So I'm assuming this isn't really something you can opportunity attack.
I mean, you can try to stab the ground, but you will not be effective.
I would like to try to. No, I'm just kidding.
It's really tempting.
And it is going
Yeah.
to.
I've seen Tremors enough to know it sometimes works.
Yeah.
It's gonna bite you. You are unconscious, my friend. What's your max HP? 45, right?
Yeah.
It does 39 damage to you.
Seriously, what the fuck?
But
Holy-
it's not enough to automatically kill you.
Oh, what do you? Wait, there's an automatic kill.
If it
Yeah,
if it does enough damage in excess to your max hit points, it would kill you. So
Oh.
if it
I
did,
did not know that was a thing.
yes.
Yeah,
it
so
is-
if you have one
Yeah.
health and your max is 45 and it does 46,
you're dead.
you're
You're
dead.
Damn.
So it takes a nice big ass chomp. Pretty much it comes up from the ground and it moves its head sideways and collapses your lungs as you fall to the ground.
Nice. Thanks.
And then it spits you out because it thinks elven blood is pretty disgusting. Next is for Drake.
Rude.
Monsters are racist too.
Jesus.
Fucking
I'm a-
elves.
Move over here.
Boys of Avenue Q. Everyone's a little bit racist.
Do it again.
How many flourishes do you get?
It does
Just out of
that.
curiosity.
Constitute my
This
charisma
is-
modifier.
Gotcha.
Heal defensive flourish.
All right, so
What's
as you go to swing for it, how
4?
do you wanna do
That's
this?
good.
You can paint me a picture.
So Frederick jumps into the air, seeing Nishan having been fucking murdered almost. And while the Bulay's head is sideways, he stabs it through both of its eyes.
Oh, nice. So, what you're telling me is Drake takes a leap into the air. As he's
Yes.
leaping in the air majestically, he spins his sword around to where he's holding it the opposite way, and you can hear him go, ha! Sort of like Link from Legend of Zelda and Super Smash Brothers when he's doing his downward B attack.
Down
It
B,
goes-
that's
yeah,
right.
It goes straight through both the eyes, and the boule sort of lets out a really loud screech. It kind of hurts your ears a little bit, but you don't care. So you plunge it through its eyes, and you keep twisting, and this thing is trying to shake you. Now you've got one arm in the air like a rodeo, and you're over here just continuing twisting the sword before it finally shakes you off. And as you roll, the sword is still in its eyes, and it tries to bury its head, but it doesn't have the strength as it falls dead.
That's amazing.
Only 6 seconds, but good score.
Okay.
Alright.
Wow.
So
Let's look. Does it look like anything else is going to pop out of this?
we all pause and look around very cautiously.
So you do not believe
will
that there's
sneak up on us,
anything
right?
in the immediate area. Anara puts her ear to the wind and then to the ground as if she's an Indian. Also kidding. But no, you don't hear anything rumbling. You don't hear any growling. It feels safe for now.
Okay.
I will use one use of Healer's Kit, and with my healing,
It brings
it
them.
puts it to 1, and he can rest if he chooses to, but he's conscious now.
I am
Alright.
going to do things.
get hit.
So I
one.
assume that we're
Great.
going to take a short rest.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
Well, I would
take a
hope
short
so.
rest.
All right,
For
as
you
we
guys,
do that,
anyway.
in a song of rest.
I just want to say I didn't take any damage, and I tried to.
You did.
Are there
I
any
also
trophies
didn't
we can
take
get
any
from
damage.
these giant things? Me neither. I get hit once.
Mr. Brady,
Yes.
may I go up to every single monster and take vials of their blood?
That's
Uh,
not
do a
creepy as fuck.
nature check. And do it with. Hold on, let me see. Are you proficient in nature?
I have 5.
Meet you.
You are proficient in nature?
I don't have the check mark at 5.
Then that means no. So do it at disadvantage.
What does that mean?
That means you'll roll the nature check, and then it'll be the lowest value of both die rolls.
Okay, so just submit the roll?
Yeah, just submit the roll.
Okay.
Okay. So you go around, and
Ends up being urine instead of blood.
so the owl bear obviously has been beheaded, and you're able to get a good portion of blood from it, and you cork it.
Oh.
When you go over to the
Okay.
basilisk, you're trying to puncture it to where you can get blood to flow, but the thick hide, you're just not good enough at doing this, so you keep trying to force your blade, and you're like, I'm just not a strong dude, where's Dvorkin? And then
That's fair.
the boule, you go up to, and pretty much the same thing. You're not able to pierce its hide to get enough blood flow, but the dire wolves, you can get 2 vials of blood.
Can I take the owl bear's head?
The boule ate it, so no.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And there's no way for it to digest it completely so that you can get the bones from it.
If I remember, someone needed wolf fur.
That was Dvorkin a long time
Damn
ago,
it.
wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
Mine from my cool armor.
God, I missed him.
Oh, that was me a long time ago, but I have the components for that spell now.
There's more.
Can I use my
by the
magic
way-
to cut into the hide? Yeah. By the way.
By the way,
Yeah.
you guys can use multiple hit dice during a short rest.
Also,
forgot that
you
that
guys
was
can get the extra 1d6 from Song of Rest.
Yeah. How many hit die are we getting? I've already
You
hit
have
one.
6 total. You have 6 every long rest that you can use, so you can use however many
Uh-oh.
or less you want.
Okay, that, I see what's
Swan
going on.
back
now.
on a short rest or just health?
It's only health for the hit die.
How do I roll the hit? I just roll and it adds
Yeah, you
one?
just click on hit dice and then roll it.
Yeah.
So, and then
And it
Dan,
does
how
it for
many of
you.
those do you want? I'll just have you multiply it by 8. Same with you. everybody
Okay,
else.
just give me 2.
So
I was gonna.
16?
Yeah, I already got the 4 in there. So just 8 more will be fine.
Okay. And then
So I'll be
Jeff,
up
also
to-
roll a d6 for the Song of Rest by
21.
the Bard.
Jeez,
And however
So I'm at
many,
30.
ballin'.
you would be at 36.
Okay.
Not bad.
Question.
Yes.
Can I use my magic to try to cut through the hides of the animals?
What magic would you be using exactly?
Rest in peace, Dan.
See you guys.
Firebolt and shocking grass.
Bye.
Roll another nature check at disadvantage.
Yeah, right.
You don't know anything about creatures or harvesting them.
No, I don't. But I
can
know.
do it.
Okay. So you go up to the basilisk, and with its thick hide, you take your shocking grasp, and you use 2 fingers to try to cut it open. And as you're cutting it open, some of the portions of it, depending on how fast you've been going, it cauterizes, while others just pool up blood, and you're able to get 1 vial of basilisk blood. But the boule, you try the same method, and all it does is sort of char the outside of his hide. So you go in with something stronger, with the firebolt, and all you're doing is sort of making a big burn mark on it. It's not working.
Okay.
No, I'll just be like, let me take a stab at it.
Sure.
You can take
I
a
mean-
stab. Are you
Can't
proficient in
stab.
nature? I believe you are.
Huh? Yeah. Yes, I am.
Make a nature check.
Wow, someone actually knows how to do mess with animals.
So Inara
This is
pushes
why.
you aside and says, check this out. She opens up the mouth, showing the soft tissue of the inside, and starts to carve out the tongue, making it bleed severely.
Like, it was painful.
And she holds out
It
her
was
hand,
painful.
asking
Okay.
for a vial, and you hand it to her. And she's like, you gotta think smarter, not harder.
Oh, I'm also trying to take off the heads of the basilisk and the boulet.
That will not happen.
I can't
I would
take
like
the
to
basilisk head.
stab my diary with its teeth.
Okay.
Oh
That's
my
okay.
god.
So you said
Oh
how
my
many
God.
vials of
You've
basilisk
got-
and boulet?
1 vial of basilisk and boulet, 1 of owlbear, and 2 direwolf, if you so want it, or you can just take 1.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you, Nara.
You're welcome. Yes, it was just painful watching you try.
Okay, so with that, you still have a reasonable distance to go to get to the meeting spot, or the location that you believe the goblin stronghold
Oh, yeah,
to be.
Okay. And okay, yeah.
Miranda, how much
Thank
time
you,
do you
Ruby.
have before you need to go?
Probably another 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay,
Oh wow.
we
Word.
can do what we need to do. So do we press on now that we've rested?
Well, I mean, I feel great personally. I mean,
Okay.
Adeline looks fine.
Fine.
Yeah,
Never
but,
got to finish it. It was great.
All right. so you-
Incredibly, Jeffrey managed not to die.
So you guys
Right?
press
Oh
on.
my god.
And you
I
keep
was
following
very
this
fortunate there.
winding road, and the winding road starts to come sort of to an opening, like almost like a little canyon in a way. There's not as many rock faces as there were, and there's some shrubbery and such. And you come
Yes.
upon this
Ah, shrubbery.
little location. Let me put
Where?
everybody.
Hey, it's us.
Weathertop.
Okay. I mean, like,
I don't know what's going on with my internet, and I don't know if you guys can hear me, but
Can't.
everyone's cutting in and out because
Can
mine
hear
is
you.
awful.
I can hear you.
I can hear you perfect.
Well, it's swinging back and forth, so I'll hear you guys, and then suddenly nobody will be
Interesting.
audible.
Ah,
I think it's just our internet out here.
probably.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, hey, look, a Dragonborn soldier.
Let me try this song. It's a new song.
Conveniently labeled.
Pretty officially tired of our shit.
All right, so you guys are trotting, and then you come upon what looks to be a hill. It's about 20 feet high, and you can see at the very top of it a dragonborn with a missing horn.
Do I
Does Jeff
recognize this?
remember
You
why
do
we're going
recognize
here?
this. Oh yeah, so
Okay, Bart.
you guys took on the task of going to scout for the goblin stronghold, if it exists in the mountains, by the leader of the hunters in the dragonborn city, Brimmery.
Okay.
So you
And-
guys went through the mountain pass, and that's when you guys got attacked by wolves. But then the wolves got attacked by an owlbear. But then Basilisk showed up because it heard the commotion. And then as the owlbear almost died, the boule came to finish it off because it was hungry.
And does Jeff remember why Dravorkin's not with us?
Javorkin did the coup de grace with his father for rights of the Bone Chewer clan and won. So he went off with his people to right the wrongs that his father did.
Did he kill his father?
He did. He murdered the shit out of him.
It was
Oh.
pretty great, actually. If you weren't so into your books, you would have seen it.
Wish I knew that.
Is there any chance of Dravorkin coming back, or is that still undecided?
I mean, there's always the possibility, but as of right now, Dravorkin is with his people.
He has his mother to take care of.
That is
After all.
true.
She's fucking blind. He
And
wants some nice
malnourished.
home-cooked food.
Anyway, so you arrive at this location. Dragonborn. On top.
Do I recognize this guy?
You do. It's Memrod.
Do we see anyone else since it's Mimrod?
Not currently, but as you're looking, he's looking around very carefully, and he's fidgeting with his hands.
So he like,
And he hasn't
Is he
noticed you yet.
it's tempting.
What do you guys do?
I leave this up to our bard. He's the one who knows him. He has all the clues.
Do I want to have his head?
As you're looking, he sort of scratches his head and looks at his wrists as if there's something that's there, but then he's like, I don't have anything. And it looks
He's
as
like,
if
"Wait,
he
what the
turns
fuck is that
around
watch?"
and starts to pick up the things that he's put on the ground, and he puts on his backpack.
Alright, I'm
as
gonna
if
ride
about
up
to
there.
leave.
I'm still on a horse, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna ride up there.
Okay.
Yeah, but me now.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Adeline's the only one,
Oh,
unless you want to
Adeline's
cast a
sad.
spell.
doesn't that take like,
It takes 10
Pages.
minutes, yeah.
oh, it's gross. I don't suppose he could have cast it on the way here.
Well, he has to tell me if he wants to, because it's a
I
stealth check.
totally on the way here. Yep.
You do?
That happened.
Okay.
Yep.
Never mind. You do have
I guess
to-
he probably could have just done it during the short rest anyway.
Yeah.
That's when it happened. Yep.
Alright.
So you do have.
Man, I'm learning so much about how to play Paladin, I guess.
Alright, anyway.
Wait. I need to do this.
Alright. We won't
Interesting.
update it until the next time we play, just for sake of time.
Brevity.
That's cool.
Alright, anyway, so you ride up there. Does everyone follow, or do you guys kind of just let him do his thing?
I'll follow.
Okay. Nishan will also follow. So I will assume that everyone just follows.
Yep.
Because I'm a DM. Alright, so you approach the very top of this here hill. And as you ride up, you see... So, for Drake, this is what you see. As you're riding up, you can see
no.
he's starting to pack up his stuff. And you start to inch closer, and it looks as if he's backing away a little bit. When you finally reach the top, he sort of like gets too close to the edge to where some of the rocks tumble, and he's like, for Drake, hello, weird to see you here. What brings you?
I've caught wind of some rumors about you, Mimrod.
Rumors, that doesn't make any sense. The only thing people talk about is how I was born missing a horn and how I'm not as good of a trader, and I'm here to make that up by trading with some kobolds today.
Kobolds.
Yeah, a little ahead of schedule. Yeah, I know.
This
It's
doesn't
not
seem
way
like
up
the
our
right
people.
place to trade with kobolds. We have our own tunnels.
We may have tunnels, but the kobolds don't trust our tunnels. You should know this, being the son of Pyrith. And he does look at you, and he's kind of upset that you have insulted his
Wait,
intelligence in
hold on.
trading.
What?
Do you not hear us, Inara?
She can't.
Yeah, my thing is my Bluetooth being stupid.
Okay. This is the normal meeting spot for the kobolds. They're able to see and make sure that we didn't bring anyone extra. That way they know if it's safe or not. Duh.
Is this the normal meeting spot for the kobolds? Do I know this?
Make an yes, you would. Actually, no. Make a what knowledge check do I want? You must make a
What did I miss?
insight check.
Oh, it's
What
fucking
name did I
storming
say?
outside. So if I disappear, that's why.
Storming?
Interesting. Yeah, we can hear you, Miranda.
I'm lucky. This guy. Why is Lucky so shit?
It's not lucky, it's your rolls.
It didn't say what
Sometime.
kind of luck.
I mean, technically you
It
rolled a
just said
6
luck.
and then a 15 and then a
It's
4.
still
But,
bad luck, so.
It's true.
So, thinking back, you've never been on a trade with your father. You do know that this is the general direction that he goes. And in all honesty, you would have to believe that Mimrod is telling the truth.
I think with my thinking stone, do you want me to hold person him?
I also like know my thing. It looks like he's about to jump. It's pretty close to the edge of the ceiling.
This man
hold-
has
I'll
caused
hold
much
person
suffering.
him.
You're gonna hold person.
Hold person. Yeah.
Yeah, he messes that up terribly. So he.
What? What?
No, I said he messes, yeah, he messes that up terribly. So you don't mess up. Nimrod
Okay.
does. My bad. Anyway, so he failed his save, and he's all of a sudden you can see him go, why can't I move? What, mage? What are you doing?
Just don't want you to hurt yourself or do anything risky.
I'm on the edge here. Can you at least pull me away if I can't move?
You're fine where you're at.
And so he's
Alright,
like, for
so-
Drake, what is the meaning of this? Why are you even here?
I heard that someone decided that they were going to consort with the goblins.
Who'd you hear that from?
Doesn't matter. I want you to tell me the truth. Otherwise, and I put like a finger ever so lightly on his snout as I walk up towards him. You might go over the cliff, and we might have never seen you here.
Roll intimidation with advantage. Okay.
Yay, finally got one.
Please, there's no reason for that. Listen, alright? Listen. Just listen, please. Listen.
Very well.
Our people, they do not like me. I don't know what I did. I don't know what to do to get them to like me. Nothing I do is ever good enough. So, I had to leave. I had to leave because I'm sorry. I'm the one that framed your family. It was me. It was me. You found out when you came back home. I didn't expect you to come home, but it was me. I felt such shame of my actions that no amount of good deeds towards your family would ever atone for what I did to them, what I did to you. So I felt that it's best to banish myself from Irisk and go start a life anew. So that is why I'm here. I am here to see if the kobolds will allow me to live with them and hopefully mine and increase their trading capacities and all sorts of stuff. That's really all I'm trying to do.
I think to the drag. After they hit on the head, I can't remember. Are they is he trying to do anything with the goblins as well, or is it just with the kobolds?
So far, he's... Oh, so you missed this. People... Or Nishan overheard in the market that Nimrod had escaped the town, or he'd fled town, in search of the goblins. Whereas he's telling you that he's here to trade with the kobolds. And you know that the trade of the kobolds normally takes place today. But Simeoth has told you that they were going to trade with them tomorrow.
And he intimidated him to ask about the kobolds, not the goblins.
No, he intimidated him to ask what exactly he was doing.
Okay, just double checking. Yeah,
So,
that's
Mimrod, did you know that the trade with the kobolds has been postponed?
No,
You must not have,
I left
or else you
yesterday.
would have told me about that.
Yes, I left yesterday, so unless they made the decision yesterday, which I was not part of, then I would have no idea. Well, are you gonna let me go?
No.
What do I have to do? I'm just trying to get away. I've made terrible decisions, and I'm sorry, and I know I can never say sorry enough.
No, you can't.
He must pay for his decisions.
Are part of the reason I had to watch 7 of my clansmen die. You are part of the reason. You were the sole reason that my family was thrown in jail.
What do you mean? How am I the reason for the orc invasion?
If you hadn't been trying to make these deals, had some more diplomacy, there could have been more votes.
What are you
Something
talking-
else could have happened.
It's not my fault. Jurum asked me to do it.
Alright, Rod, one more chance. What do you know about Shazir?
Well, Shazir is actually the one that made the whole plan. I just
know that
carried it
already.
out. And Shazir is the one that approached the orcs when he found out. No one else knew about the orcs until they came to town. Only Shazir. I didn't even know. And then he told Jurum about them. And then that's when they decided that they would help them, or ask for help. I had nothing to do with it. My sole purpose was to frame your family for whatever Jurum wanted to do.
And what were they offering you, Rod?
They were offering me your father's place in the Trades clan. As you can see, this was the only way that I'd ever be able to get into such high titles as your father. My skill is lacking substantially, but by making him look like a lesser dragonborn, I could finally rise the ranks.
And you think that because you can thought you thought that you would frame my family so that you could cover up your own lack of skill.
Drake, please think about this. Alright, when we get over there, guys, you guys gotta remember, this Dragonborn's trying to help us out now. You guys hear a familiar voice coming from the entrance that you guys just came from.
I know that. Nimrod, I know that voice.
Alright.
That voice
so just
belongs to a
hold
goblin.
on a sec. Hey! What are you guys doing up there?
Yeah, you gotta make this fast, I think, to you.
Adeline, I know you've been waiting for this.
Nimrod shouts down, "Run! They're gonna kill you!"
And at this point, I slash at
I
him.
slit Nimrod's throat.
So both of you tag team him, and as you go for the throat, Drake gently pushes on his nose, and you both are able to slice through his throat, killing him as he falls to the ground and falls about 5 feet down. Oh shit, man! They just straight cold-blooded murdered that man.
How far away is he?
He deserved it.
How far away is the goblin? Can I see him?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's down there.
What
Okay,
was
hold
his
on.
name again?
Hold
Sorry,
on.
what's it on? Rod?
Before we do anything else,
Well, I guess we can't make the trade to give him that Carbob's life, huh? So I guess we're just gonna have to go back and interrogate the little Carbob instead of giving
wait,
him that
how
dragon
far away is
bomb.
he?
He's
How
95 feet.
far away is he? Okay.
He must have done something bad. You guys ready to go home now?
Can I move down? And can we try to talk to them, or they do not know what we're doing?
No, they just saw y'all murder Nimrod.
And they recognize us, so they're probably willing to talk.
I want to get right here. I asked the rest of the group to be the whole person him.
Now, I'm sure you guys have your reasons for killing him, but, you know...
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head on out because I don't really want to talk to you guys right now. Y'all kind of scaring me right now, just killing Dragonborn. I thought, isn't I can't see him up there, but isn't your Dragonborn friend with you?
Martin's internet cut out, just so you know.
Oh, that's what that was. Damn. Let me see if Martin can get back in. Oh,
It might be Discord because Martin's still in the game on roll 20.
Yeah, like, I have no idea how. His internet completely cut out. So.
There he is.
Great.
Hello.
Hey.
Coming back.
Do you want me to keep the goblin here? Yes or no?
I have no idea what's going on.
So as
what was the last thing you remember?
Yeah.
I remember Adeline and Onara murdering the shit out of Nimrod and me pushing him downwards.
Okay. So yeah, that happens, and then after that happened, Vraz, from the bottom of the hill was like, "Oh shit, they just murdered that Dragonborn in cold blood. I guess we might as well go ahead and get out of here because there ain't gonna be no trade for no kobold now. We'll go ahead and just take him back to the prison."
Do you want me to hold person him? Yes or no? I think to everybody. Or do you think that would risk whatever prisoner he's talking about?
I want to say Martin's internet probably went out again already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no because there's always a shit ton of goblins.
There is always shit. There is always a shit ton of goblins.
No, but this is Raz though. That's all.
He's been friendly.
Oh, you mean like just waiting around? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Anyway, can I ask you, why'd you kill that man? He was gonna save a little kobold's life today, but I don't think we can make our trade now.
Well, what trade were you trying to make?
Well, he was gonna give us some vital information about them bone chewers.
Which adventurers?
The bone chewers.
Bone chewer plan. Is that, wait, I think everybody, is that the Jaworkin's plan?
It is.
Oh, what about
you
them?
have information about them.
Well, we was gonna find out where they was going so that we could get them to come back, help us kill these kobolds. And in return, we'd let them save one of the kobolds that we already have captive.
Oh, we can tell them we're there. They can take care of themselves.
Oh,
But I don't trust you guys, so I don't think you'd be good on your bargain. After you killed my cousin.
I will never live that down.
You will never let. That was my favorite cousin. I got 32 of them, but he was my favorite one. Now I only got 31. Man, I'm depressed now. Let's go home, guys.
Wait, Javorkin was the Bone Chewer clan's father, and he fought with him in one-on-one combat and gained ownership of the clan.
Hold on. So what you're telling me is you have an insider on the Bone Chewer clan?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what you're also telling me is you can persuade that man to come on and fight the kobolds with me.
No, what we're telling you is we can tell you where they are.
I mean, perhaps he has business. He's going to try to right the wrongs his father committed.
So
not sure when he's going to be back.
Okay. All right, I see what you're saying. So what?
I think to the rest of the party, we should just kill them now.
I think
we
the
have
rest.
to find out where the culprit.
I mean, him. Okay, well, I think to everyone else. Well, we could try to take everybody out at one time. Siege is trying to come to the kobolds. He's already here. We could maybe rally behind the kobolds and take out the goblins at once. And the goblins might have the artifact for the red dragon under the mountain as well. I'm not sure. They already have the artifact from the witch lady, Ilith. Innis. Yeah. So I'd be careful. He has some valuable information, I think. But I mean, just telling him this could keep him on our side for now. What do you guys think? And also, there is probably 50 goblins around us, and I'm not sure if we can take them, to be honest.
Oh, after that last battle.
I mean, I'm pretty good with spells, but there's literally like always at least 20 to 50 other goblins in the bushes.
Well, gentlemen, I love wasting my
Well,
time and all, but I
oh,
got
sorry.
places to do.
So I'm not sure when Dravorkin's going to be back, but we can definitely talk with him, and he has the full influence and power over the clan. Depending on his decision, he should be back relatively soon. He might get a bit of leave to come back with us to finish up here. I'm not sure, but we'll keep you posted. If there's a way we can contact you, that'd be good if you trust us.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Where's that at?
Oh, like he started to talk.
I like what you're saying and all, but what you're telling me really is you have no idea when that man's coming back. You also have no idea how many wrongs his family took upon that clan.
Can I use a lucky? Or is that only for?
No, it's
only
skill
for
checks,
attacks.
but
Okay.
I wouldn't advise it.
Okay. Yep.
So I don't think that's a decent trade there, unfortunately. I do believe you would have a better persuasion on him to get him to do as we need, but I just don't see it happening in the time frame that we request.
May we ask what time frame you want that to happen in?
Well, then the next couple weeks, I'm trying to take out them kobolds.
Okay. He left not too long ago. We might be able to catch him, talk, and get him back here.
Maybe.
Is there like a meeting spot we could potentially just signal you to come find us at?
You could probably just do it here, honestly. Just shoot up a firebolt or something in the air, and when I see it, I'll send my people over, see what you found.
Okay.
But as of right now, we're going to have to go and interrogate that little kobold on our own. Just see if we can get the information. We might not even need them brochures, honestly. But we'll see.
So, and all this is to... Wait, what's this all for, again? They're trying...
You don't remember?
I think to the DM, and asking DM, asking party.
You made
they're
the turns.
No, I'm forgetting. Like, so they want
the goblins are trying to kill the kobolds outright, mass genocide.
Yeah, but can we? Do they know about Sly Siege? I can't remember that part.
You've not heard anything from these guys. You know, Sly Siege destroyed their stronghold, but you don't know if they know that. You also don't know if they were even around. Well, you know for a fact Vraz and them weren't around because they were in the north.
Okay, well, do you guys want to try to convince them that we're trying to get rid of the kobolds as well? Or we know of another force trying to get rid of the kobolds? Or do you not want to
Drake is patiently waiting for you to shut up so that he can start killing Vraz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I mean,
he's completely against that too, first of all.
No, I know that, but to like fake it. Like Sly Siege is trying to kill the goblins. We can maybe potentially get Sly Siege to kill the goblins and fake all this, like pretend that we're gonna go kill the kobolds and just kind of collapse on all of them. I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there. Like, I don't mind if we kill them right now. I don't care. Just throwing all these options out.
There is the 1,000 gold.
Oh yeah, Jeff, I don't know if you were here for that part or if we even said it, but Brimmery said that for every goblin ear that you guys bring back gives your chances of getting 1,000 gold from the winner's pool. A bet that they have to see who can collect the most goblin ears.
Oh, from Sassy?
No, from the Dragon
Harisk.
Oh, I don't remember that whatsoever.
Yeah, you weren't here.
So is that a yes or no on hold person?
I think it is.
I vote for yes.
I mean, I like Vraz, but he's
I
a
like
goblin.
Vraz too.
I hate Vraz.
I like the character, but I don't
What's he ever
know
done to
who
you?
else is-
He's trying to kill the kobolds.
Not you, though.
I mean, I like Roz as a person, like as the player, but as the character, I hate Roz and want to see him dead because he's trying to murder the entire livelihood of my town.
Someone with better charisma ask if there's any way he can not try to kill the kobolds. Reason with him again.
Nope. That is not something that Ferdig would do.
Why not?
He wants to kill them.
Hates him. So, Braz, is there any way we can not kill the kobolds? Let this all go.
Oh man! Oh, you're one silly little maid now! Oh god! All the other goblins like, not kill kobolds.
I'm just trying to get a peaceful, you know,
Oh,
option
I
out of all
understand you're
this.
trying to be diplomatic and everything, but that's the funniest shit I've ever heard, man. Oh,
can't blame you
hold
for
on, let me
trying.
catch my breath real quick. Let me catch my breath. Oh, man. This guy's funny. You're a comedian. You're funnier than that little bard over there. Anyway, listen. The reason we gotta kill them kobolds, man, they drove us out of our home a long time ago. We used to live in these mountains, and we used to be actually kind of peaceful now. We didn't attack nobody, we just did our business and kept to ourselves. So, one day, kobolds tunneled into our stronghold on accident, but they didn't want us there. They thought that we were on top of some riches, and they didn't want to come to any type of diplomatic solution, so what they did was they talked that dragon into taking our people out and making us run away, tuck tail and run. So, naturally, I want to take that dragon, and I want to turn it against them, and I want to kill them all. Because they put my family through some hardships, man.
Does Adolin believe this?
Roll an insight check.
I'm in my car.
Oh.
Roll me an insight check.
I will roll you insight. Let's see. Insight for Adolin. You're proficient. Roll. It is a 9. And yes, his story seems true. He seems very passionate about what he just said.
Then, unbeknownst to everyone, Adolin is siding more with Gaz than the kobolds. Roz.
I
Gaz.
I am also, after hearing the story, siding with.
Now, I'm not sure how they did it, but I know how I'm going to do it, and it's with the amulet I got back at my stronghold with my fellows. So, once we find them kobolds, we should be able to find where they keep the dragon or whatever. And then we're going to tell that dragon we're going to make him kill all of them. And that's going to be just desserts for them.
Wait, what dragon?
The dragon under the mountain. The red dragon of legend.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that thing.
As far as you guys know, it's all a myth of legend.
Yeah.
No one's actually seen this dragon in quite some time. For Drake,
We don't actually believe that he can control the dragon, though, right?
You just know that there's an amulet and it has some power that the Inniscraft bestowed upon it. So you have reason to believe that it could work. But dragons are also magical themselves, so they might have some way of not being controlled. But in theory,
also, they're fucking huge.
Yeah, in theory, it could work, but it could also backfire. You don't know.
And cause mass suffering, quite frankly.
I look at Vraz and ask him, does he trust Innis?
What do you mean, do I trust? I pleaded to her and she gave me a solution, man. Of course I trust her. I've never met the woman, but she never wronged me in any way. In fact, you guys have done more harm to me than she's ever done. So why should I trust you, man?
Oh, that's not what I'm asking,
exactly. Anyway, how about this? I'm going to keep my search up, and I guess since I don't have a very good lead anymore, I'm going to have to go and interrogate that kobold. See if I can get them to tell me where they live. I'm down to try a peaceful solution, maybe. But them kobolds going to have to approach me with it, because they drove us out of these mountains a long time ago. You know how many of us goblins died, man? You know how many bugbears died, man? Do you know how many hobgoblins died, man? So many. That dragon was ferocious. That was the scariest damn thing I've ever seen. And I would
You
never
saw
let
it.
down. Well, no, I didn't actually see it, but you know, I saw a shadow. That shit was scary. Imagine this, being in a tunnel and you only have one direction to go and that flame engulfs you. It didn't engulf me. I absorbed some of the fire, but... And he holds up his hand. You can see the burn marks right there, man. And you can see that his arm is discolored in certain spots, resembling what a flame would do to flesh. So yeah, them kobolds, they hurt my people. And I'm just doing what's right for them.
Well, I understand your plight.
Doesn't seem like it. You're not trying to help me. You never even met a kobold, have you? What about you, little dragonborn? And he looks at Frederick. Have you met a kobold?
Have I been a kobold?
I don't believe so, no. Kobolds don't come out of their cavern except for trade days, and you have never been on a trading mission. So...
Yeah, they don't like sunlight, so if you've never been down in their caves, they're probably not gonna see you.
I'll go ahead and take the silence as the answer. You have never seen kobold yourself, so you probably haven't even dealt with them in the trades either. Have you ever asked your father about the trades and how difficult they are? Those kobolds be stingy, man. You think I'm stingy? They stingy. I'm speaking truth. But it's whatever. We're gonna get our way one way or another. And whether you stand with us or against us doesn't matter. Those kobolds are gonna die. And they're gonna die by a dragon's fire. I can't wait to find it. So, like I said, you go ahead and you can talk to your bone shore friend, and you come back here, and you shoot off a firebolt, and I'll send somebody to see what you found, and we'll see if we can find a trade. But until then, I don't want to deal with your people. Come on,
Understood.
man, let's go. And he starts to walk with his goblin group. By the
I
way,
think that just gave us a clear path.
a clear path to what?
Huh?
Bill. He may... Oh, he just muted himself. I'm confused.
Oh.
Yeah. Me too, yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, I think you're cutting out. That's what happened.
I'm just looking for where to go. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, okay.
And
I think it gave us a clear path of what to do next.
Okay, gotcha.
What?
Alright, so they're walking off. Remember, firebolt or fireball, whatever, just some type of fire spell in the sky, and we'll see it. We got eyes everywhere in these mountains, man. Anyway, peace. And they start to walk off. Is anyone doing anything before they walk, or are y'all letting them go?
I'm not doing anything.
I think we should go seek out some kobolds.
Frederick is conflicted between killing Roz right here and making sure the squishy mages don't die after they already tried dying once each today.
You hear a voice in your head, Frederick. Frederick, do you really believe in the goblins and what they say?
Of course not.
But do you also believe in kobolds? You
Never met
yourself-
any.
Exactly. You do not know. God damn it, I'm doing Russian again. But he's not Russian.
It's tough to get away from it, huh?
It is. You do not understand. I think you need to ask your father some questions. It's also going to be tough to explain the death of Nimrod, unless you plan to keep that dirty secret. It would seem that he was telling the truth.
So much killing.
And unfortunately, I did give you the power to take it away, but you have been using the power for exactly what you want to stop. Is this how you want to live your life? What would your father say had he seen what you just did with your fallen comrade over there? I know he was not a friend of the family. He did bad things, but was it really your choice? I'm sure you could have overpowered him and brought him back, no? Anyway, I will leave you to your thoughts. And you hear silence in your head. Peace, y'all! And Vraz and them start to scoot on along. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
I like to loot the body.
What?
The one body. I'm gonna loot it.
Mimrod, as you see, has a small, simple dagger. He has about 2 days worth of rations. One of them is about half eaten. He has a canteen of water. And he has a sleeping bag. Other than that, he had no worldly possessions that he found that he needed for starting his new life that he didn't get to start.
Okay.
Yes.
What was that thing you just said about the
Oh,
what's
that
with the
voice. That voice
Yes.
is for
That's
Drake.
the voice inside of for Drake's head.
Yeah, that is
So
the
only
voice, and only
Drake
Drake
hears
hears
this.
it. Yes.
Did Drake multi-class?
Metagame knowledge. You don't know that.
Okay.
You
I'm
did
not
so
see
confused.
for Drake let
I know,
loose
you catch-
some crackling energy from his hand.
Right? Yeah, that's why
Crazy.
that's why I asked that. But yeah, you're right. That's meta knowledge. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. out of character is fine, as long as it doesn't come into character to where you're like, I know you're a bard. Oh, I never said anything about being a bard, and you've never seen me play instrument. You know.
From meta
that's-
knowledge, it seems like he's bonded a demon of some kind.
Possibly, but that is up to Drake to tell you.
A Russian one.
A Russian one.
Russian.
So there's no other voices said today other than in Drake's head.
No one else hears anything else,
Okay, just double checking.
as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Although Anara had some weird shit going on with the basilisks. So there's that too.
Anara has the weird shit with the basilisk. She also had a stranger come up to her and talk about her father in the city of Cragstorm. And then, yeah. Some stuff.
Okay. Would it be possible to...
Anara has not questioned whatsoever why she wasn't affected by the basilisk. She's like, it's fine. That's normal.
That seems like what she would do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm ready.
So yeah, for Drake's, as a last bit of, I guess, role-playing action, for Drake is probably gonna want to take Mimrod's body and take it back to the village/town.
I was all down for leaving it there.
Jesus.
The one thing
Frankly,
she
I
doesn't
was
want to
too,
leave.
but you're gonna have to convince us of that one.
All right, so
That's fair.
here's
Now
the
you
question.
have to come up with an excuse.
So this session did not end the way that I thought it would end at all. So what direction are you guys leading so that I can make sure I'm somewhat prepared? Are y'all, are y'all still gonna be looking for the stronghold out in the woods or in the mountains? Or y'all gonna go back to Irisk and talk to folks?
All right, let's vote on the body retrieval part.
Yeah, bring
I'm
him
assuming
back.
all of you are against it.
Well,
I
his
would bring
suffering
him back.
has stopped, so we can do whatever. He just needed to be finished.
If you want to bring him back, I support bringing him back.
Okay, so I don't. Okay.
You, Fudreg, You are the one who must suffer the repercussions.
Yes, but we will.
Do you guys
support
mind
you.
putting his clothes back on him?
Oh, I didn't take his clothes.
Yeah.
Wait,
that would
when
be
did we
weird.
take clothes off of him?
I
I
mean,
don't know. You people have a tendency to loot
I didn't
everything.
loot him.
listen, our
I didn't
sticky
loot him. He
fingers
fell down
don't
like a
take.
cavern. I wasn't going after him yet.
I
The
I
goblins
did.
came.
Key
I
word
looted
yet.
him already.
Yet.
I'm listening, Jeff.
I looted him, yes, but I just took, a sleeping bag and ration and water canteen and small simple dagger. That's all I took. I can put that back if you like. But no one has to know. We could say we never found him, but it's all up to you. We will help you if you do this.
So what's happening?
Either way. I would take him back and explain. And learn more about what your father knows from the kobolds. And maybe... Oh, wait. Oh, that's going to gain knowledge and run. I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, you did hear Vraz talk about.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
wait,
that,
no. The voice told for Drake. He should probably ask his father. But you did hear Vraz say, "Have you ever talked to your father about the kobolds? Because if he hasn't told you how difficult they are, then you probably just don't know anything about them."
Yeah, talk about how difficult it is to reach.
Someone typing or talking and I'm just
kobolds.
not hearing them?
Probably talking. Do you hear us now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Do you hear Jeff?
Hello.
Nope.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
So, Fredrig would never want to lie to his father. First of all, so he would still want to take the body back and explain what happened, own up to his mistake because he's a good person and he hates himself for it. Because he's probably going to get exiled.
Again.
That's his thought. And that's not really leaving on his own terms, so that's bad. But he has never wanted to lie to his family. Even about something like this. So he would vote. He would want to bring Nimrod's body back, give him the proper burial, figure out what's going on with the kobolds, figure out what's going on with Shazir. Possibly see if Sheru knows anything about the dragon.
That all seems reasonable to me.
Okay, so the plan is to go back to town, talk to some folks, and then come back to the goblins then?
And maybe try to find Dravorkin. Or no.
We're not going to find her.
He's gone? He's gone? Okay.
We have no idea where he went.
Okay.
We'll kind of know meta-wise when he'll be back, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meta-wise, do we know when he's going to be back?
He said after summer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So we're not going to be able to find Dravorkin.
Yeah, not to mention, meta-wise to me only, theoretically, he didn't say this to anybody else, but he might just make a new character, and then Dravorkin will be forever NPC.
Okay.
For my later use.
Oh.
Kidding. Dravorkin
well,
is
he'd be friendly to us.
Exactly, he's y'all's comrade. Unless y'all wrongdo him somehow, and then I can turn him.
I never paid him. I never paid him back for lifting all that shit for me.
You didn't.
I didn't.
But he also still has quite a few magical items on him too. So.
Is he still carrying all that goo? That green stuff? Oh.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh, and there's also this situation with Fredrig saw that little rock that he was given glow at some point.
Yes.
Last session.
Yeah, that little thing that Mormid or Morvir, that's his name. Morvir gave you and said when it glows, meet him in that location south of Sisiege's fortress.
Well, I say.
But that's quite a ways away. So.
Yeah, we gotta go and decide what we're gonna do. So what was the Morvir thing again? Meet him for what?
Morvir of Bellowlight, the secret organization.
Oh, okay. That's when he can
the world of
don't initiate us.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's
I feel like
once they made a decision about whether or not they wanted to
Yeah.
bring you guys into the order, that's when the rock would glow.
I think we can wait on that. So.
Okay. I'll have good things prepared for next week, regardless of what y'all choose. So far, I haven't had to really railroad anything with the story, except for the very beginning, because obviously you got to start somewhere. So I feel, serious question time. I feel like I've given you guys the free choice. Do you guys feel like you've had the free choice to choose where you go in the world?
I mean,
I would almost say it's a little too free because there's a lot of long pauses of, well, shoot, should we just kill this guy or what?
Yeah.
Well,
we definitely killed Nimrod, so I mean, there's the.
Well,
we all kind of agreed on that one.
Like when I ask you guys those questions, I'm not sure how you guys interpret it. When I'm saying it, like, hey, what do we do? And then that's only requiring a yes, no, and I don't know, whatever we talk about, just converge
Okay,
that
guys,
yes, no
I'm
on the
dipping out.
spot. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think there's too much pauses?
I
Well,
actually can't hear anyone.
you can't hear any of us, Miranda?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can.
So when it comes to like pauses, I've been keeping it, at least in this session for sure. I think last few sessions that I've done, and you guys like were trying to think of stuff. Like I didn't like theoretically time you guys, but this one, that's why I was making Froz go, all right, you know what, y'all.
Yeah, all right,
yeah,
we're leaving now.
yeah,
Yep,
so,
see ya.
So
Okay.
yeah, in theory, like if you guys want to take a timeout or something, you can call it, hey, I got to use the bathroom, and we'll pause everything, and then you could metagame, I guess. It'd be like, what do you guys think we should actually do? And that'd be out of character knowledge. Then you have to try to get that in character knowledge when we start playing again. But yeah, if you're sitting there and you're like, I think this to everybody, what do you guys want to do? And there's silence, then that means that they're probably in character. I don't fucking know what to do. And then at that point, Roz is going to walk away, and you have to make the decision. Do I hold person? Do I call out, hey man, let's make a trade, you know? So I'm trying to make it to where the time, like the delays that happen, like they feel real. Like this is something that could happen. Like not you put the pause screen and you sit here and you go to Google, what the fuck do I do here with Roz, blah blah blah, and then you read like a 20-minute video of what to do. So I'm trying to make it to where it seems real, because the world does have consequences for your actions, such as killing Froz's cousin. He doesn't trust you guys anymore.
Or killing Nimrod.
Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen there? I didn't foresee him dying.
He's like struggling
we don't
emotionally
take his
now.
body back. It's fine.
Yeah, metagame knowledge for sure. I did not see Nimrod dying. Let's just be real. I did not
Okay,
see
so
that
like
happening.
approximately an hour
Yeah,
ago, I already
it
knew
was
that
like,
Nimrod was
yeah,
going
he's
to die.
And I figured
Yeah,
you
based
did.
off of my dogmatic pursuit of ending suffering and how much he did to my personal friend for Dreg, he kind of had to die to me.
Yeah. But that's only one side of the story, unfortunately, for Adeline. Had he heard Nimrod's
It's the only side he
upbringing-
had, yeah.
Well, if he had heard the whole story, I almost guarantee you'd change your mind. But we'll never know.
That's the problem with dogmatic pursuit of one's ideals.
Exactly. All right. Well, it is. I'm gonna wrap up this video real fast, and then we can discuss things if you guys.
Oh shit,
want,
we're in video.
We are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So give me 1 second. All right, everybody. Appreciate you coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time, and until next time, peace.